and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Robert was in big trouble with the IRS.
Yes, I owed them a lot of money, over $52,000.
Then he heard about Civic tax relief.
They took great care of me. It went really quick. $52,000 I owed, and they had a payoff for $100, and the IRS accepted it. Man.
Off the hook for just $100?
Civic tax relief will take care of you. Give them a call.
Call Civic Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation. 800-881-4555. 800-881-4555. Individual results may vary. Visit civictaxrelief.com for more information.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap morning show.
I'm not joking around, George. I'm sitting at 6:30 a.m. this morning. I have my feet in my electric foot massager, and I'm watching that video. What?
This song definitely gives it a different...
What's an electric foot massager?
You know,
you put your feet in it?
Yeah, you know, it's like one of those little foot massager thingies. You know what I mean? Like you put both feet in it, and they kind of rub the balls of your feet. You know what I mean?
The Sedano and Kap morning show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
But Cappy was apparently under the weather. So didn't come back to LA Live after Yamava yesterday. Instead, he went to South and Sedano, top of the hour integrity. I want to pose this question, which we can get into it in minutes. Was it really that he was under the weather, or was somebody saying, Scott, you better get home?
I would suggest, I have a famous saying, Cappy, as you know.
Let me hear it.
That two things can be true at once.
Right,
you know?
right. In this particular case, the two things could be true at once.
You better get your ass home, Scott.
You gave up your Sunday, you get your ass home.
I saw you eating food with that fatty.
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
No. Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap morning show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to Bit boy.
Right now.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
So, Mongrels, stay tuned.
Right circle face off now. Rolls to the front. Intercepted by the Kings. Cleared to the empty net. Bullseye! An empty net goal for L.A. Corey Perry with 1:13 to go. He makes it 3-1 L.A. 7:02 and 50 seconds. Good morning, and welcome to a windy Wednesday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on this Wednesday, the 28th of January, 2026. Yeah, look at that, a little LA Kings sound. Kings beat the Red Wings, even though I didn't think they would. 3-1 last night. We'd like to get... I won't do that bit. But now that football's done, we can work in a little LA Kings sound. Why not?
Well, while you were sleeping last night, I was sending you guys texts about this game. I mean, they had a 2-0 lead.
I went to sleep.
And then Detroit pulled their goalie. They had a 6-on-5. They scored, made it 2-1. Then again, with the goalie on the bench, the Kings sent an empty netter down and won the game 3-1. When you specifically said yesterday, well, that won't go well.
I did. I said it multiple times throughout the day because I was on every show, which I know everybody loves. Meanwhile, George Sedano is live from the compound, the fortress, the mega ESPN Cleveland. Good morning, George.
Buenos dias. I am here in Cleveland where it's very cold. It felt like I landed in Siberia yesterday.
Oh, how
when
bad?
I looked outside when we were landing on the flight. It was very cold, very wintry, very icy, and I lost one of my AirPods, which was really annoying.
Oh, that's the worst.
when I was putting my luggage in the Uber, I told the guy, "Hey, don't worry about it." And then I bent over to grab my my luggage, and one of them popped out. And of course, it's snowy on the ground, so I lost it. It's gone.
So wait, so when you and I chatted yesterday afternoon, when you got in there and you told me, right, you told me about this AirPod situation, you said, I'm going to have to buy a replacement AirPod. I would have thought you have to buy a replacement set of AirPods. You're telling me that if you lose one, you can replace just one?
Really?
Yeah, it's happened to me before.
I had no idea.
I've bought pairs of pods several times because I just lost one.
Which side did you lose, George? Because remember...
Left side.
Oh, I have an extra left one. You can have it because Chewy ate the right side.
Is it the AirPod Pro?
Yeah, it's the newest one. You can have it.
Have you had it in your ear yet?
I use it a few times.
Oh,
but
George, you can't do that.
It's fine. We can clean
I don't
it out.
mind.
Clean
I
it
don't
out.
care.
Clean
I don't
it
really
out.
mind. I don't really
Hey,
mind.
it's
I'll
better
put
than
somebody
buying-
else's AirPods in.
Like $100.
Some alcohol.
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't
Yeah,
care.
Chewy ate the
Please,
other one.
Sedano, he pees $100 pills. I
Oh,
think
wow.
he's really worried
Hey,
about
remember, we're
it.
not talking about how much money people make.
No, we are
remember?
going to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah, Chris told everybody here is rich.
I don't know if I would say everybody here is rich. I would say nobody here is
I
actually
said
rich
of the
except
power,
maybe John Ireland
No,
and like
of the
Michael
Power
Thompson.
6 by
No,
American
rich?
standard
No.
of the American standards.
Not rich.
You're rich, meaning we. And by the way, we all make above the median income in this country, so we're all blessed
the
and lucky.
median income,
Well,
sure.
that defines rich
I don't know if that defines
for
rich.
the Power 6.
Oh, really? The
Now,
Power
Sliwa
6.
works for free, so that's his choice.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Come on. Man, oh, man. Rough start.
So an American considered with a net worth of $2.3 million is the threshold of rich.
I would
don't
say,
think
well-
any of us are rich.
Cappy is there.
Nope, not there.
You had it. You just had to give half of it away.
No.
How's
not
the
half
divorce
of it.
going?
Not half. It's not going well, George, because every time this gets brought up, I didn't give half of it away. I
Gave
gave
more than half of
all of it away.
You're saying a wealth of that. You're saying worth, not cash flow. Worth, right?
Right.
Okay. So Cappy, yes.
No, negative.
Okay, well, fine.
You live on a compound, Cappy.
Mason.
Yeah, but I wish I was worth that.
Mason, yes. Ireland, yes. Travis, yes. DeMarco, yes.
I would argue.
So Sedano, if you want to pretend that you don't, that's fine.
I know I'm not. I don't hit that threshold.
George, for as much as you work, you should be like triple rich.
Yeah, no. I wish.
It should be.
But nonetheless.
I still want one AirPod. I'm more hung up on one AirPod than I am on who's worth what. I really had no idea that I just real quick, top of the hour integrity.
Oh, yeah.
Can you buy one AirPod from Apple, or is this like some third party thing?
Yeah.
I'm with
From
Chris.
Apple.
I've bought pairs of AirPods because I lost one.
By the way, are you saying that condo in Miami you own, that I can go on the 18th floor outside the balcony and, maybe take a sniff, not anymore, but back in the day, naked, looking over Miami isn't worth a lot of jack?
It's not worth that kind of jack that you're talking about.
All right.
Not worth $2.3 million, huh?
No.
Very specific number there.
Yes,
Cappy.
it is. It's
Well, that's
gotta
what
be.
George said. He said that wealth is considered if you're 2.3 million or above, that's what is known as rich.
Isn't Miami like the third most expensive place to live in the country?
I don't think
Next
so.
to New York and L.A.?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I thought it was like top
I
five.
mean, it's up there nowadays because although the weird part of it is not to get into this socioeconomic conversation in the morning, but people don't make as much money there as like the real people don't make as much money there as they would in LA or New York. It's a lot of foreigners and like people from other parts of the country. But anyway, let's get to Kuzmenko, okay? Power play goal. That's what I'm talking about. A power play goal for the third worst power play team in L.A. Cappy, I saw you talking about the game with Samboni, so I got into the game.
Nice. I got into the game a little bit late, I got to be honest with you. But when I got to the game, the Kings were up 2-0. And I'm going, okay, good. Listen, this is a really good win because I remembered yesterday specifically Morales saying, well, that won't go well. And, the fact of the matter is Detroit is a real serious contender. I mean, Detroit's record, when you look at it, if you're not paying attention to the NHL, Detroit is really, really good. And, they're in second place in the Atlantic Division. So, and they've got 32 wins. When you compare that, obviously, to what the Kings have, you'd say, well, the Kings are, they got 22 wins. It's good, but it's not like the Detroit Red Wings. And with a 2-0 lead, I'm like, okay, they're going to win this game. And then Detroit, like I said, pulled the keeper and went 6-on-5. Got a goal with about 2 minutes and change to go. I'm like, uh-oh, this could get ugly. And then all of a sudden, with the goalkeeper pulled again, they were able to send an empty netter. So,
Right.
and yes,
Yeah,
getting
Corey
a power
Perry
play
got
goal
that one. Yeah.
getting a power play goal is a big deal, George, because obviously we know that the Kings' power play has been not so good, to say it nicely.
Terrible, actually.
Yeah, that's probably a nicer way, or more descriptive way.
More
of saying it.
accurate.
More
yes, way of
accurate is
depicting
probably
it,
better.
yes.
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah,
3-1.
so good for the Kings. Kings talk, baby.
Hey, I like it. I like it.
They've won.
And
Hey, listen, they've scored. They've acquired a point in their last 6 games. They're 3-0-3. Maybe they're going to turn this thing around. Maybe we'll have a nice little rally here towards the second half of the season.
I hope so, because I'll tell you right now, reality is setting in for a guy like me, okay? The reality is football has 1 game left.
Right.
And that's it. And as you and I were talking about it yesterday, you're like, you better start watching more of the NBA. And I said, well, I watch the Lakers, and then I watch whoever the Lakers play, and that's how I watch the NBA. And then last night I was like, you know what? The video that I was watching last night, and when I say the video, I mean what I was watching, the television broadcast. I don't know that any sport has a more crystal clear broadcast than what I watched last night of the Red Wings and the Kings. It's like watching at Cosm on your home television. That's how crystal clear. I don't know what they do. I don't know what the difference is between 3K, 4K, 5K. I don't know any of that stuff. 720, 1080. I don't know the deal.
You don't want 720 anymore.
No.
You
I
want
mean, this is my
1080.
point, right? What do you want? What do you want? What's like
I mean,
you?
720 would have been nice in like 2006.
Yeah, you want at least 1080 now.
Okay. Well, I don't know
And
what it was.
1080i, not P.
Yeah, I.
What's
I
the
don't know.
difference between I and P?
You don't want P. That's a back in the day technology. You want I.
I.
well,
Now, if you
1080i.
have a 720 like in Sedano's Miami compound, a 720 like in the bathroom is fine.
It's like a 720i or is it 720p?
720p.
Good question. In the bathroom, it's a 720p.
They didn't make I for 720.
No, in the bathroom, though,
I'm
it's
just
a
saying,
specific
like a
720p.
garage or backyard, maybe, although you should have 1080 in the backyard. But a garage or bathroom TV is fine for 720. It's like, yeah, whatever. But your main thing should not be 720 anymore.
Okay. Well, all I know is last night I was watching that game, and I'm like, oh, my God. I don't think I've ever seen any sporting event on TV look more crystal clear than this game that I was watching last night between Detroit and the L.A. Kings. So, yes, good win, George, by the L.A. Kings last night. Did not know that we would start there, but I'm glad that you jumped in and watched because I was, like I said, I was hitting you guys up. But I didn't realize Morales was sound asleep at 6:45 p.m. last night. I thought he'd get in on the conversation.
I was able to watch that on my phone while watching the Australian Open and texting with Michael about the Australian Open.
Now, okay, this is interesting because you've been watching the Australian Open, and I'm not a tennis hater. I'm just not really like a tennis watcher. Maybe U.S. Open, Wimbledon, but because you mentioned the Australian Open yesterday, and I saw it on my guide, I went, you know what, let me check this out a little bit. And really, the only thing I came away with was when Coco Gauff smashed her racket. Which I think we talked about yesterday. I saw that, and that's also got me interested in the Australian Open. So where are we in the Australian Open? Where should I?
We're now headed to the semis. Yeah,
Okay.
these were the quarterfinals. So on the men's side,
fill me
Ben
in.
Shelton, young American who was once the NCAA champion, as a top 10 player. He lost to Yannick Sinner, who was the number 2 player in the world heading into this particular tournament in straight sets. That was a tough loss. And then, Coco Gauff, that was a pretty viral moment is what we'll call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ben
Yesterday,
Shelton.
she lost. And then Jessica Pegula, who's the daughter of the owner of the Buffalo Bills, she beat another American, Amanda Anisimova, yesterday. So.
Okay, and who's the kid? He's an American kid, but he's of Asian descent.
Leonard Tien. Yeah, he lost, too. That was in the first set of quarterfinals.
What's that young man's name?
Leonard Tien. He's actually a kid, a Southern California kid. He, Irvine, he actually played, I don't know if you know this, but there's a USTA tennis center in Carson. And a lot of the Southern California kids came up through there.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to play there. He was there since he was like 10 years old, hitting with guys like Taylor Fritz and whatnot, who's from San Diego.
Right.
And a bunch of these American kids who grew up there. But he was like the little 10-year-old kid who was like, hey, I want to play with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then and he was awesome. And he's still awesome.
Yeah.
But
did you see what,
so
you
he
see what
lost.
happened to him? Did you see what happened to him, though, at his press conference? Did you see
I
what
did not
happened?
see the press conference.
Oh my
I just
God.
saw he
This
lost
poor-
to Sasha Zverev from
This
Germany.
poor kid. He's 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
He's an American kid. He's of Asian descent. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because what I'm about to tell you about what happened in the press conference. So some British reporter says to him, and I'm paraphrasing, so you're American, dude, but clearly you're of Asian descent, and with everything that's going on in America right now, what do you think about the political climate? And the kid He's 20, George. He just lost his tennis match, right? The kid looks, and he doesn't know what to say. He just is, and he goes like this. He goes, I don't want to talk about that right now. And that was it, right? Like any guy who shows up to ask political questions to young tennis players, especially 20-year-old kids, come on, guys, really? That's what you guys are here for?
It's time and place, right? Like, again, I saw Wemby have that discussion, but it was in a shoot-around setting. It wasn't after a game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a more relaxed setting. I think that's more appropriate. Again, time and place, I'm with you. But, yeah, Leonard Tien, Irvine kid. There was a young lady from Torrance, Eva Jovic, who lost as well in the quarterfinals. She's from she also played at that USTA center there. So a lot of Southern California kids, unfortunately eliminated, but we're deep in the tournament.
I like what's happening this morning. Wait, but I'll tell you what I like about it. But wait.
No, you don't have to wait.
No, because it's important, because I've been in line at Valvoline, and when they ring the bell, it's time to go.
All right. 7:15, we are 15 minutes through the show. In those 15 minutes, Scott Kaplan could have gotten an oil change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and to score game-winning coupons.
I like what's happening here, George. I was hitting you up yesterday about the Kings victorious last night, 3-1 over the Detroit Red Wings. Very impressive win. Yeah. And you jumped in on the Kings game based on my suggestion. And now that you've been talking Australian Open, which is something I normally would not have very much interest in, I've decided to jump in on a little Australian Open. What else could we come up with?
I don't know. I mean, there's this Belichick thing everybody's pissed off about.
Yeah, I love this story.
Plus, up ahead, Sedano, we will talk about this.
I want you to kill every gopher on the course.
That's a little tease.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about that.
Gopher problem at the Sedano house. Yeah.
Compound.
It is a compound.
Oh, I know how to fix these gopher problems, too, by the way.
Don't get sidetracked.
I mean, listen,
Let's stay on point.
If you had a solution for gophers, you'd be a billionaire.
Well, I don't have a solution.
On track.
But I got a guy.
Okay.
I got a gopher guy.
Let's tease it.
You got a gopher guy?
I do, but, we got other solutions,
I feel
too.
bad hitting the drop now because Cappy got sidetracked.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So anyway, Cappy, that is your Australian Open update. So,
and NHL update right there.
Right.
That's the way we got started today.
Well, listen, and tonight we got Lakers, Cavs.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Had a nice dinner yesterday with John and Michael for his birthday. His birthday was Friday.
Nice. Happy birthday,
Billy
Michael.
Mack, Stu, Trudeell.
Right.
Yeah. And their producer, Mark. So
okay, that's the only person in the picture that I didn't know who that was.
Yeah. Well, you asked about the gentleman in the back who was wearing like a yellow jacket in our picture. I don't know if the picture is on YouTube anywhere, but I said to you, the guy's on a date, man. Don't hate.
Yeah, don't hate that guy.
Now, was that a split tab or did Michael pick it up?
No, Michael normally picks up, I hear, but it was his birthday. We all split the tab.
Oh, a split tab.
Yeah, but he did not pay.
Wine ordered?
Yeah.
Couple bottles?
Only one bottle, and then people just got glasses after that.
Steakhouse?
Yeah, Morton's.
Oh, okay.
Boy, these guys eat at steakhouses every night on the road. It blows my mind, man. Like, seriously, I'm so impressed with the dinners that they have every night on the road. Like, nobody ever just says, hey, you know what? How about we get a bowl at Chipotle?
How many sides on the table?
There was a lot of potato sides. So there was like an au gratin, and then there were fries.
2,700 after tip.
No veggies.
After tip, 2,700.
No, 1,500.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, hey, you weren't too far off. That's not bad.
I mean, I was $1,000 off, but okay.
Oh, wait, you said...
I said
27.
27.
Okay, 27, not 17. You were. That was a terrible guess. My bad.
Yeah.
George,
but, we got dessert. Everybody got apps. Yeah, I mean, Michael's birthday deserves it.
Hey, that's a nice birthday dinner. That's a nice crew. And, again, when I looked at the picture, I went, okay, I don't know who this guy is. And then I made the expanded picture because I could see that the restaurant looked empty in the background. You guys must have closed the place down, right?
Well, it's 9 degrees
it was
outside.
a snowy night on Tuesday in Cleveland. You know what I mean?
So wait, so was it like that the entire time, or were there other people in the restaurant?
There were people in there, but it wasn't like packed. No.
Yeah, because I mean, by the way, 9 degrees. You can't get me out of the house at 9 degrees. No freaking chance. In fact, when you landed yesterday, I would have been scared S-less landing because I would be worried about the black ice that the pilot couldn't see on the runway, and then I'd go skidding off the runway. I mean, I'd be paranoid about landing in that kind of freezing temperatures. But in the background, I was like, I expanded the picture. I'm like, who's that dude in the back? And there was this dude who, by the way, was dressed very warm inside, full, hat on, jacket on. And the guy must have been on a date, but I looked down like, who's that guy in the background?
Yeah, he was a guy who's with a lovely lady, and the guy was on a date, man.
Did they charge you for Trudeell's high chair, or is that just part of the service?
Wow.
Trudeell was drinking champagne.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He got the bubbly?
That.
It was a celebration.
I know, because I looked at the table. I will tell you, I did look at the table, and I'm like, okay, iced tea, water, Pellegrino, and then I get over to Trudeell, and I'm like, that looks like a champagne glass.
It is.
And it just didn't look like anybody else was drinking.
You're like such a voyeur, though. Like, who
I know.
zooms in that much for that kind of detail?
I do. I don't know why. When people send me pictures, I do. I zoom in on that stuff. And that's how I found the dude in the back. The dude in the back.
Clearly.
I was like, who is that dude?
Yeah.
And then,
so anyway, Cappy, we can get into the Cavs and Lakers, tonight, both on Spectrum and on ESPN. Mm-hmm. And I think that it'll be the Lakers should win this game because Cleveland's going to be missing some key components tonight.
Okay.
We'll get into that. Plus, Windy will stop by at 8 o'clock. And Trudeell at 9, allegedly.
It's a windy Wednesday and a Trudeell high chair Wednesday. Meanwhile, at 7:20 in the morning, let's talk about our friend, the great, you see his picture on YouTube, Jacob Emrani.
Yeah, listen, here's the deal. Let me talk to the person listening right now who's toughing it out. You got into a crash a few days ago. Maybe it was a ride share. Maybe you were just driving home from work and someone blew through a stop sign. Your neck is stiff. Your back hurts. Get out of bed. All of a sudden, you keep telling yourself, I'm fine. I'll push through it. Listen, you don't have to tough this one out alone. Call Jacob at this number, 800-345-6789.
Yeah, the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie, they are built for moments exactly like this. When you're scared to miss work, and you know that feeling, when you're worried about medical bills, and you're really sick of the insurance company treating you like a claim number rather than a human being, Jacob, let me tell you something. He takes that personally. His whole why in life is protecting people who feel small up against these big insurance companies, and you don't pay him unless he wins. No fee unless he wins, George.
So the easy-to-remember number again, 800-345-6789. It's all consecutive right there. Put it on your phone right now under Call Jacob, 800-345-6789. Visit the website as well, calljacob.com.
Thank you, Sedano, 722. Apparently, it's 9 degrees where Sedano is in Cleveland at ESPN Cleveland. We'll talk about that more.
Siberia.
And the gopher story.
I want you to kill every gopher on the course.
That's all ahead. 3 minutes from right now. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. Wake up, sucker!
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
I know you're listening to me wearing glasses or contacts. You're either nearsighted, farsighted, have astigmatism, or you're just over 45 and have to wear reading glasses. This is Dr. Sarudi, and I promise you, I can help you with any of these issues. No anesthesia, no pain, no downtime, and if you qualify, I'll even guarantee you with 20/20 or better vision or give your money back. I've never had to after 60,000 cases. Call 855-NOW-2020. 855-NOW-2020. That's 855-669-2020.
Valentine's Day is near, or is that a meat lover's pie from Good Times Pizza Company I smell? I'm in love. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Did I mention Valentine's Day and the dining? Book your romantic dinner at Cielo today.
Number 2.
Rick Ross, live, March 20th.
And the number 1 reason.
The Big Game Blitz, the biggest indoor tailgate in SoCal. Food, drinks, giveaways, the big game on big screens in our ballroom.
Morongo, Good Times.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Dog. For a century, the Genesis Invitational has stood as one of golf's greatest stages, where the game's legends make their mark and history is written.
It's official.
the round that will long be remembered. Oh, yes, Ludwig Oberg.
February 19th through 22nd, celebrate 100 years of championship golf. Experience the drama, the tradition, and the moments that define the Genesis Invitational. Get your tickets now at genesisinvitational.com.
Ah, the Internet, a place where your curiosity can flourish. Unless malware gets in the way. It's a place that can surprise you with phishing websites and trackers. The Internet is wonderful, but you must protect yourself online. Protect yourself online with NordVPN. TechRadar named it the #1 VPN in 2025. A single NordVPN account secures up to 10 devices. What else? This cybersecurity tool also encrypts your browsing. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop digital trackers. NordVPN scans the dark web to check that the information associated with your email address is not exposed. Just a few clicks and you're safer online. Browse with more peace of mind. Get the best deal at NordVPN.com.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on the road to the Lombardi Trophy, powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You in?
$7:25. A windy Wednesday. You got a cough drop just flew out of my mouth. Piece of it.
Oh, not into a pool, I hope.
No. On this day in 1985, the #1 R&B song, New Edition. Bobby Brown, Johnny Gill up front, Mr. Telephone Man. Today is also Blueberry Pancake Day.
I haven't had a blueberry pancake in a while, but they're pretty delicious.
I haven't had a pancake in like 10 years.
I don't mind a blueberry pancake. I could be in for something like that.
Since he had a pancake at Yamava.
Yeah, they had strawberry shortcake pancakes at the Y Lounge.
Yeah, I saw them. I didn't go for it.
Oh, so good. I ate one, but it was good.
Yeah. Too sweet. I don't eat that.
I saw somebody recently have a blueberry pizza, and I was like, nah,
What?
I don't think I want
What?
that. Yeah.
Blueberries are very good for you, though.
One of the
Cappy,
healthiest
tell
fruits.
your Indian friend that if you eat more blueberry, you'll get rid of all that visceral fat you got.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you guys something real quick. I'll say thank you to everybody. You know, yesterday during the Don't Sweat the Small Stuff thing, it was like, hey, be grateful for all your friends and stuff. I'll be grateful to you guys for this. I have started really doing the intermittent fasting, and I'm drinking black coffee, but I noticed this, that I drink very little of it because I don't love the flavor. And it also stays super hot for a really long time when it's black.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah, no, I don't mind it. But I'm doing it. So I've now decided I'm not taking AG1 in the morning. I'm not even popping my like vitamin gummies, nothing. I'm just drinking black coffee and water till I finally break the fast with like an 18-inch Jimmy John's. You know?
What time did you stop eating?
Last night I stopped eating at about 7.
Okay. I stopped eating at 3 p.m. because you made me eat wings at 7:30.
Right.
So I'm at 16 hours and 27 minutes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
By the way, I ended the fast. I went to Whole Foods before Mason and Ireland started, so I can get a big salad to fill up and some sushi. The Whole Foods sushi, not good.
Oh, really?
I will say this: Smart and Final sushi is better than the Whole Foods sushi.
Oh, that's interesting. I bet it was expensive too.
It was not cheap.
Yeah.
And it was not good.
Well, that's why we use that prepared food bar, with all that good chicken and protein that they got there.
That's great. But the sushi, not so good, Jack.
Oh, man.
How long do you guys fast for? 18 hours?
I'm going for, 18 hours will be 9 a.m. for me, so I'm going to try to make 24 hours today. We'll see.
Hey, it's like Yom Kippur in the middle of the week. Very nice. Good job, man. All right, George, where do we go here? Are we going Gopher talk or are we going Belichick talk?
I want you to kill every gopher on the course.
Let's go Belichick first and then go Gopher.
All right.
So Belichick doesn't get in, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the Hall of Fame?
Right.
Because 10 people left him out, and allegedly Bill Polian was telling people because of Spygate he deserves to not get in on the first try. I mean, here's the deal.
Let me hear the deal.
I think that's silly because I got to be consistent. I'm a big believer that the steroid guys in baseball should be in the Hall of Fame.
Amen.
And yes, I believe that there should be an asterisk on their, plaque if you want or whatever. They were either accused of or We have evidence that they did or whatever, right? And the same thing for Belichick. Hey, man. Belichick won all these games, second winningest coach in the history of the sport, but he did have some scandals. Here are the scandals. End of the story. Deflategate, Spygate, whatever.
Well, I did a little bit of research on this earlier this morning, and I really was trying to figure out who are the coaches that were first-time Hall of Famers, like true first-ballot Hall of Famers. And apparently there are only 3 true first-ballot Hall of Famers.
And they were who?
Tom Landry.
Right.
Chuck Noll. And Don Shula.
Don Shula, right.
Right. Apparently 6 other coaches, with the headline being Vince Lombardi, Hank Stram. I won't bother you with some of the other names that from the deep history. They were inducted as their first year as finalists, but not their first year of eligibility. Apparently, and I would not have known this had I not started doing some research this morning. Apparently, there's a difference between like a player who has to be out for 5 years versus a coach who could be eligible after 1 year. And then the coach has to go through like a panel to become a finalist. And I guess that's where Belichick got caught up. So then I thought to myself, well, wait a second. Why are they penalizing Belichick? And we obviously all know the reason why, right? You mentioned Spygate and Deflategate. Spygate happened in 2007, and Deflategate happened in the 2014-15 season. So I thought to myself, well, did they win the Super Bowl those years? And in 2007,
they did not. No.
They did not win the Super Bowl. They lost, as I recall, to the Giants.
And 2014, they won. That was the Seattle one.
Right. So that's kind of the deal. Like, if you're going to penalize Belichick for what you think is a cheating scandal, then you ask yourself, well, did they win the championship the year of the cheating scandal? And if there are 2 cheating scandals, and if you believe that they were cheating scandals, which, by the way, you talk about consistency, right? Be consistent. I'm with you. Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, put them all in the Baseball Hall of Fame. They're Hall of Famers. I don't care about steroids because, George, everybody, and I don't mean 100%, but a vast majority of baseball players under the radar were using steroids. Yeah. By the way, when we think about Spygate, many coaches will tell you they did very similar things. It's just Belichick got busted for it, So
they were overt.
They were what?
They were like, they were overt about it. Like they were just like everybody, like they pushed the limits a little too far.
So look, here's what I know everybody's offended by this. I'm not as offended by it.
I don't care enough, but it is clearly something everybody's talking about. So I felt like we need to at least address it.
For sure. So look, if we've been all chatting about Jimmy Johnson, who is a Hall of Famer, has been putting out tweets, and he's actually calling the voters a bunch of a-holes. He's like, hey, a-holes, who are you people? Like, identify yourselves. Let us know who you are. Why, Jimmy?
Now, he's very friendly with Belichick. They're very close, those two.
Understood. And if Bill Polian is the guy that led the charge to penalize Belichick, then I guess you'll look at Polian as the guy. Now, Polian, just as a side note, George, Polian's an old man now, like a really old man. And when they asked him, they said, hey, Bill, did you not vote for Belichick? And he's like,
Well, first he said he 100% did. And that was to, I think it was like Sports Illustrated. And then later when he talked to ESPN, he said, I can't tell you with 100% certainty.
Right.
So which one is it?
Right. So old guy can't remember, which is, I think, a deflection of I don't really want to tell you guys what I did or what I didn't do. But listen, let me throw out another option to you guys and tell me if you're offended by this, okay? Did you guys think, and I'm just using an example because I followed this, did you guys think Antonio Gates was a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I did.
Yes.
So did I. Antonio Gates was not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Do you know why he was not a first ballot Hall of Famer?
No, why?
Because he was suspended for 4 games for a positive steroid test.
Okay.
So think about that. Like, you had this Hall of Fame career. You are one of the best tight ends to have ever played the game. Some people would say that you revolutionized the position in the era, and you were penalized because you had a steroid suspension. Technically, people think that's quote-unquote cheating, a performance-enhancing drug. So I guess I could understand a couple of things, which is there are human beings involved here, and Bill Belichick was not exactly friendly towards the people who might actually be voting. And while you may say, well, separate that, just look at the facts, the data. what he accomplished. I agree with you. But there's a human element to this where they're like, he was a freaking jerk to us all the damn time. Plus, he had 2 cheating scandals. And by the way, when Brady left and won another Super Bowl, maybe he wasn't really as great as we all thought he was. I guess I understand why people are, A, offended on one side, and on the other side, why people will go, you know what, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but I don't want to put him in the first ballot.
By the way, the Jimmy Johnson tweet, yes, the first tweet was about a-holes, say who you are. The second tweet he sent right after was, if they are using the excuse of Spygate, that's ridiculous. Many teams, including ourselves, tried it. Howard Mudd at Kansas City, who later coached for Bill Polian and Tony Dungy, gave us the idea. He was the best. We didn't get anything and stopped, but many teams gave it a try. Mm-hmm. So Jimmy basically saying everybody was doing it.
Right.
Well,
and
Jimmy used to like have his coaching interns rummage through the garbage after games of the coaches' boxes.
Listen, coaches, every coach will tell you in the NFL, I promise you, every single coach will tell you that when they're scouting an opponent, they're watching the other coaches on the sidelines and they're watching their hand signals. Why do you think that so many coaches, when they send in a play, they put their play card over their mouth so you can't read their lips? They know that the other coaches are watching. So when I say that everybody was doing steroids, everybody's doing Spygate or some version of Spygate. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe not to the extent New England was doing it, but yes, there were a number of teams. It's no different than the Astros were like the Patriots in baseball. A lot of teams were trying to steal signs, but the Astros went overboard by trash cans and allegedly stuff like wired to them and like taking it to a completely different level.
And by the way, Deflategate, I just want to tell you again, for the sake of consistency, I never thought Deflategate should have been blown up to what it is. So you're the quarterback or the kicker or whoever, and you're talking about the balls before the game, and you're like, you know what? It's too hard. It's too, take a little bit of error. Is that really a scandal? Is that really cheating? I never thought it was.
I don't know. I don't remember. It was a long time ago now. So
well, I never thought of it as really cheating. I mean, let me tell you something, George. When I was playing ball, we used to take the footballs, no joke, brand new, take them out of the box. We would take the laces off the footballs. We would pull the bladder out of the football. We would then take the pigskin, the leather itself, put it in a dryer for a couple of hours, then take it back out of the dryer, then put the air back in, blow it up so it was really big, and then relace the balls, all so that we could have the best opportunity to kick the ball as well as we could. Like, we were messing with the balls all day long.
Still are.
Well, in a different capacity.
Different
yes,
kind.
sir. Yes, sir.
Different kind. Yeah,
so
different
here's
kind.
the thing about Belichick. People are so offended. People are so offended. How could he not get in? How could he not be a first ballot Hall of Famer? He's getting into the Hall of Fame. It's just that the Hall of Fame guys who are so righteous and such, they're so romantic about their game. Right.
Yes.
They're going to penalize him for Spygate, Deflategate, being a jerk, et cetera, they're penalizing him for
Are those the same righteous people that didn't want to admit that the NFL had a head injury problem and ignored it for a long time? Those same people that were righteous?
I don't think they're the same people.
They're all scumbags.
I think that's more of the league that tried to say that. But to your point, half these guys are like retired. I'm looking at the list right now.
Oh, you got the list of the 50 people?
It's on the Pro Football Hall of Fame's website.
Oh.
Some of these guys, like the first guy listed is retired. He's from the Arizona Republic.
Retired. Oh, these are writers, retired writers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think
they don't give up the vote
I was going to ask
they
that.
Want to.
Yeah. So it's like these guys might not even cover the team.
It's like a lifetime appointment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Maybe you can give it up whenever you want to give it up, but yes. Mm-hmm. So real quick, speaking of shenanigans and silliness.
Oh, wow. I thought you almost said something.
So too.
No, shenanigans and silliness in the NFL. I never watch the Pro Bowl anymore. Okay. I don't watch the new format. It's on ESPN, ABC. I don't watch it. It's just not my thing.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
And now we've gotten to the point where, look, for years, quarterbacks haven't wanted to play for one reason or another. Now we've got, and I love Shador, okay? But if Shador's going to play in the Pro Bowl, I mean, there's no reason for Shador to be playing in the Pro Bowl.
It's not a game anymore. It's a collection of guys who go through skills competitions and they need bodies.
Well, they play the flag football game or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it used to be the Pro Bowl was a great honor. Hey, we're going to Hawaii. If we win the game, we get $75,000. If we lose the game, we get $45,000. So guys actually cared in the fourth quarter about winning. But really, all the Pro Bowl was a collection of, hey, let's get all the best players. Let's take the two coaching staffs that lost in the championship game. Let's bring everybody down to Hawaii, and it'll be a lot of fun. It'll make for a good TV show. And then they killed it because it wasn't good and nobody cared about it.
Well, nobody wanted to play hard, right?
Yeah. And now it's a skills competition in a convention center in San Francisco on, like, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So I get your point, though. The honor, if Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler, then what is the Pro Bowl?
But it's not an honor anymore. That's why they asked him to be in it, right? Because nobody does watch it. If anything, Shedeur is going to get people to watch it.
I don't even think Shedeur can get anybody to watch this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, I have been a staunch Shedeur defender, but it's like, come on, what are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Since we're into the NFL for a second, my man Mike McCarthy had a press conference yesterday as he took over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And he said, hey, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind having Aaron Rodgers around. We'd love to have Aaron around.
Yeah, I don't believe that, not for 1 second. But
I know, because you made this whole long defense of their relationship or their lack thereof of their relationship.
I don't believe it, not for 1 second. But I'll tell you this, George.
Yeah. You and
Mike
Getsy.
McCarthy. Mike McCarthy. He may not make the 5 years, bro. My man looks like he is ready to pop.
Oh my God, he was sweating so bad.
Right.
He looked like that tie was that collar was squeezing his neck. It's what inspired me, because I wanted to go on the treadmill last night, like I talked about, but I fell asleep. The minute I woke up and I turned on Unsportsmanlike and I saw the clip, I was like, oh my God, I have to go to the treadmill. That I can never go back to those days. What is going on? That heart is about like 5 minutes or one steak dinner given out.
I mean, do you realize that all these NFL teams have nutritionists and they all have cafeterias and they're all like, so, hey, coach, what do you want to do? And he's like, I'd like to lose 20 pounds. Okay, great. We're going to put you on a meal plan and we're going to prepare all your meals for you. They make it as easy as possible for these NFL coaches to be as healthy as they can be. And Mike looked, I'm telling you, George, I don't know if you saw any of this press conference yesterday.
I did not.
From the tie and where the shirt was buttoned up top in the neck, it was like he was wearing a neck roll, like he was wearing a Hans device, okay? Like he's driving a freaking NASCAR. I mean, seriously, you got to see it. And I'm like, poor Mike looks like he's going to pop at any second. And sweating beads.
Bad, man.
And then he was crying because he's like, hey, I don't have to hide that I'm wearing Steeler gear anymore. I love the Steelers. Yins are going to love the fact that I'm back in town. Oh, my God, he looks so bad.
You think he went to
Primanti?
Primanti?
You think it looks like he's aged.
Yeah. You think he went to Primanti Brothers after?
Oh, yeah.
Had a sandwich?
Hey, everybody, let's go down over Primanti's in the strip district and that, and we'll pound an iron.
I still want to go to Primanti Brothers one day.
Well, one day next year we're going to get George to do a Pitt football game in Pittsburgh for the ACC network, and we're all going to go to Pittsburgh and have a good time.
All right.
George, does that sound good?
Sounds good to me. So let's do some Gopher talk and some Lakers rumors. How about that before Windy comes in at 8?
Beautiful. 7:42 in the morning. But first, Sedano, tell us about your home away from home.
Oh, LAX, which was beautiful yesterday. I got to go into Terminal 7 yesterday because United was my flight yesterday, only direct to Cleveland here, or as I labeled it earlier, Siberia when I landed. But changes in the air at LAX, Los Angeles International Airport. The automated people mover trains will be rolling soon as part of LAX's ongoing investment to improve your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, the economy parking, all in 10 minutes or less round trip, departing every 2 minutes to help approximately 30 million passengers per year. Going to clear that congestion in the bowl for you. To learn more, go to this website, lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
Thank you, Sedano. The big game is around the corner, but before that, it's the NBA trade deadline. ESPN LA and Hendricks Gin are taking over Rockin' Brews El Segundo next Thursday, February 5th, for the Super Week trade deadline party. Party, oh party. Join Mason and Ireland and DeMarco and Travis. By the way, O'Shea's going to be there too, right? All right, and O'Shea. I'm sorry. I'll explain why I'm laughing later. From noon to 5:30, become an NBA Ginsider. Follow every Lakers move live and win Lakers tickets. It's all happening next Thursday at Rocket Brews in El Segundo. We'll see you there. Gopher Talk next at 7:44 in the morning. Wake up, you scoundrels. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Thursday or Wednesday on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
East Central Hotel, the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Now, lease a Hyundai Tucson for $269 a month, or get 0.99% APR financing for 60 months. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end February 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
When a trophy's raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or your phone today.
Buenos dias. Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
From 30 for 30 Podcasts.
Brian Pata, senior defensive lineman from Miami, gunned down.
The key to this case, it's Brian.
An hour before he died, he was on the phone arguing with somebody.
This might be a hit.
You want the truth. They just want a conviction.
Been placed under arrest.
We had a killer amongst us.
Murder at the U, coming soon.
Do you know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life. For more information, visit oli.org.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on the road to the Lombardi Trophy. Powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You in?
Chains, no women, and everybody on this show. They wanna be a rock superstar and live large. Your big house, 5 cars, your big charge.
47. Good morning, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. Brian Windhorst, the great Brian Windhorst, will join us in the 8 o'clock hour, plus Trudeell in Cleveland with Sedano in the 9 o'clock hour. Happy birthday from Cypress Hill. DJ Muggs turns 58 years old.
Hey,
you remember this
birthday.
song used in the movie Training Day, Cappy? This is when they went into the barrio, you know what I mean?
We
dog.
Exactly right.
I know exactly what you mean.
I know this. It'll be a flip side to what
Happy
you
birthday,
get. Some people
58.
trying to spin off like something serious.
Also, today is Kazoo Day. You ever blow on a kazoo?
Kazoo is
been a
not
while.
not the guy from the Flintstones.
I don't know.
Not the great kazoo, no.
Right. Oh, the little green guy floats around with Fred and Barney. Isn't that kazoo?
It is.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Maybe it's for him. Is the Kazoo Day for the instrument or the
Pretty sure it's the instrument.
All right. Meanwhile, so yesterday, shit on him. You You had an issue.
I want you to kill every gopher on the course.
Why don't you describe this for us?
I'm at dinner yesterday with Michael for his birthday and Trudeell and John and Billy Mack and Stu and their producer, Mark. And all of a sudden I get a text from, I didn't realize because I hadn't looked at my phone. You know, I think it's kind of rude to look at your phone regularly. They actually made fun of Trudeell because he was watching like Portland versus Washington on his phone. And I'm like, bro, even I won't watch that game. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, the Washington Wizards are never going to be on something I watch. So, like, that's just not happening.
Especially at a nice dinner with all your friends.
Right. So I look at my phone and my wife is texting me frantically because she's put a lot of sweat equity into the gardens in the backyard. Like, she's really done a nice job planting stuff.
What she got?
Planting trees, planting fruit trees, flowers, things like that. So
you got any
she's
tomatoes?
done a lot of stuff in the yard. What's that?
You got any tomatoes back there?
I don't think we have tomatoes.
What you got? You got lemon tree, lime tree?
Lemon, orange.
Yeah.
They're loquat. Yeah, a lot of different things.
What's a loquat?
I don't know. Must be related
it's
to
like
a
little
kumquat.
Japanese plum, basically.
Oh, shouts out.
So, but that was there when we got there. It wasn't. We didn't plant.
What's
that.
a Japanese plum taste like?
It's kind of sweet.
Oh, beautiful.
It's small, but anyway.
Cappy, we should go to Sedano's house and share a Japanese plum together.
Yeah, and like pick some fruit off the tree. I just picked some avocados off a friend's tree just the other day. I mean, George, if I can get some of those
Did
little
you
Japanese
do that?
plums.
Did they know you did that?
Oh, yeah, they offered them. They're like, dude, we have so many
Oh.
avocados. They're like, and by the way,
okay.
they're like, see these right here? They're going to be super buttery. And
'Cause
they're like, it's going to
they-
take about 2 weeks for them to get ripe, but they're going to be awesome.
Because people will cut you if you take their avocados without telling them. I'll
big
just tell
time.
you that.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, I get this text that's like, there's a bleeping gopher making holes in the yard.
I want you to kill every gopher on the course.
And she's like, I put all this, work into the garden and the trees and the planting of this stuff. We gotta nip this in the bud right now. So we had a gopher guy before at another place we were at. So she's like, do I call them? She's like, how about you call the Hernandez Wholesale Flooring guys and let's put some turf back there because you could put those like metal barriers on the bottom of the turf that like stops the gopher from pounding through. So I text Steven Hernandez yesterday and I sent him a screenshot of the text exchange with my wife. And I said, yo, can you help with this? Like, can you guys lay the turf with the barrier? And he's like, absolutely. I'm in a convention in Las Vegas. And as soon as I get back, I will call you, and we will figure it out. Tell her not to worry. I said, okay, great. I appreciate it. I said, I'm also jealous you're in Las Vegas because I'm in Cleveland and it's freezing.
Well, I will join Steven Hernandez in Vegas tomorrow afternoon.
You will?
Yeah, I'll be broadcasting from Vegas on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not doing the show Friday, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay, cool.
What are you
anyway,
doing in Vegas?
I'm going up to visit my friend Howie Deneroff.
Is that when we're talking to Jim Gray?
Yeah, we're talking to Jim Gray on Friday.
So you're going to be in person with him?
Jim's going to come by and stop by and say hello to me. Yeah. So we'll talk to him on Friday. But, George, this notion of gophers, how have you dealt with gophers in the past? Because I do have a gopher guy.
We've done traps in the past.
Traps, okay. Because sometimes I think that what the pest control gopher guy will do is he will take, and it is very caddyshacky, where they do put some sort of a gaseous stuff.
Well, Caddyshack, they use
done that. You
water.
could do that. You could go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy those and like buy those little dynamite gaseous sticks and shove them down the hole. I mean, that stuff can work a little bit, but at the end of the day, you need to just take them out.
Yeah, it sounds like by putting on the how did you call the base where they can't
There's
get
like
through?
a metal barrier that they put below the turf, and then that way the gopher cannot pop through the metal barrier, so it can't create the hole.
Okay, so when the gopher goes up and he hits his head, he's like, okay, I can't get through here. This sucks.
Right.
I know. We had a little bit of a gopher issue also in the backyard, and I called my pest control guy, and he brought out, I'm telling you, dude, it was very Carl Spackler-esque, Oh, Mr. Gopher. Oh, hello, Mr. Gopher. And it's like, okay, he put this like hose down the hole, and then they spray some kind of a fume or gas underneath, and that's how they go get the gophers. But listen, gophers are hard to get rid of, I think.
Well, right, but that's why you got to put the barriers there, because then they hit their head. They're like, all right, I'm going somewhere else.
Going to my neighbor's house, huh? Because they got
right, and whatever.
Every gopher on the course.
So my neighbor Roy or my other neighbor Ed, I mean,
Guys,
we'll warn them.
Yeah,
hey, gophers are coming your way,
Right,
but
right.
We're putting the metal barriers. So.
By the way, the gopher story, thanks to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, the morning wood.
Yeah.
I knock on it right now. If you're in the market for new flooring or you need turf to take care of gophers, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR. Let me finish the read. Or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Homeboy.
Well, and just the, the turf is not just for the gophers. You need the barrier for the gophers. But what I would say is the turf, we only have a couple of patches of grass in the backyard. But if the gophers start there, they're going to work through the rest of the yard. You know what I'm saying? So, so because of that, we're trying to deter them. So I would say that the turf is really also helpful because the grass is great now because it's been raining a lot, but it gets burnt pretty quickly in those particular areas, gets a lot of sun. So just having the turf there is just easier, too. It just looks more aesthetically pleasing.
I wonder if Steven Hernandez has a solution also for coyotes, because I got to tell you something right now. These freaking coyotes.
There was 2 coyotes in my neighborhood the other day. I was warning everybody was walking their little dogs. I'm like, yo, be careful. I saw 2 coyotes walking around.
Because we got these coyotes in the backyard, and this is behind Rachel's house, and I'm telling you, at about 4:30 in the morning, just about every day, I don't know what they're doing back there, but they are making a ton of noise, and it sounds like they're tearing apart whatever it is they're eating, and it's just, I can just hear the pain, and then I can hear the celebration. Arr, arr, arr. I'm like, oh, my God, shut the hell up. And I want to buy a BB gun and shoot at the coyotes. I don't know if that'll dissuade them, but I really want to get like a BB. What do you guys think? BB gun, pellet gun?
Billy Mack told us yesterday, we got into the conversation of coyotes yesterday at dinner, and Billy Mack said that coyotes have taken 3 of his cats over the years.
Oh, my God.
He's not a big coyote guy either. Yeah.
I know someone whose dog was eaten by a coyote.
Oh, I do, too.
It's awful. Yeah.
I remember LaDainian Tomlinson many years ago. He used to live on this golf course, and his little dogs were sitting in the backyard, and a coyote came and grabbed one and then ran through, ran back out into the woods or whatever. And, you think you're like a world-class athlete, like you're going to go take down this coyote and get your dog, to no avail. That dog was gone because those coyotes took him, man.
Yeah, but it's quick. Yeah. The coyote makes it quick.
Yeah, they're very noisy.
It's
though.
Quick.
Very
pain.
noisy.
No, I know somebody who actually their dog crawled in their doggy door, half eaten by a coyote.
Well, that's
still alive.
They shouldn't have run away. They should have just. They just got to give in.
Quick.
I'm
just saying,
I'm done.
Yeah.
I quit.
Well, that's why when I saw the coyotes, I told Kelly, let's keep Benny inside.
Yeah, this is what happens when we live in places that the coyotes run around.
George, if the gopher thing doesn't get worked out, I got a specific gopher guy.
Oh, no, our gopher guy's good. So I figure between the gopher guy trap and then when Steven and Carlos Hernandez come in and lay down the turf with the barrier, we're good. We're going to be great.
He's not going to take you up on your thing just so you could say, hey, remember when I helped you with that gopher thing? Now you owe me 5 favors.
Right, yeah. You wanted me to, you're going to try to hey king me, so I have to hey king you. Or that's
right.
not going to work.
Don't
Cappy.
you remember I got you that gopher guy? Now help me out, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
God, you're a scumbag, Cap.
Total.
7:57.
All right, so Lakers rumors with Windy. How about that?
Look at that. That's in 4 minutes from right now, but let me tell you this. What's on tap today on ESPN LA? The Lakers are in Cleveland tonight to take on the Cavs. The Toyota Lakers countdown with Beto Durant starts at 2:30 p.m. Wow, that's early for Beto. Let's hope he's awake. With tip-off at 4 or sober. Hear it on your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for, the official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. We talk Lakers in 4 minutes from right now, Jack.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
For a century, the Genesis Invitational has stood as one of golf's greatest stages, where the game's legends make their mark and history is written.
It's official. The round that will long be remembered. Oh, yes! Ludwig Oberg.
February 19th through 22nd, celebrate 100 years of championship golf. Experience the drama, the tradition, and the moments that define the Genesis Invitational. Get your tickets now at genesisinvitational.com.
Hey, it's DeMarco. If your routine is feeling a little predictable, it might be time to mix things up. Hendrick's Gin is uncommonly crafted with cucumbers, roses, bringing together artistry and imagination for a flavor that's anything but ordinary. No other gin tastes like Hendrick's Gin because no other gin is made like Hendrick's Gin. Discover your new favorite serve at hendricksgin.com. Please drink the unusual responsibly. Hendrick's Gin, 44% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York.
Always have a backup pair of glasses. Prescriptions break, get lost, or sit on accidentally, usually at the worst time. This National Eye Care Month tip is sponsored by Vision Works. See the difference.
Stunad.
Hey, it's Mace. Watching the game at home is fine. Cosm Los Angeles is next level, massive, high-res displays, real fans, real energy. Step into the dome. You're not watching the game, you're in it. Wraparound screens, reserved seating, total immersion. There's the hall, delivers live, multi-view sports, every game, every moment. Craft cocktails, local favorites, plus the deck, rooftop bar with can't-miss views. Football, NBA, Premier League, UFC, immersive movies. This is how sports are meant to be watched. Get tickets now at Cosm.com.
And straight to the championship with a brand new truck from Northridge and Wonders Toyota. Lease a brand new 2025 Tacoma for just $84 a month for 36 months plus tax, only from Northridge and Wonders Toyota. You got a trade-in? Your ride could be worth more than you think. So get in the game with Northridge and Wonders Toyota. They make it easy.
Tacoma model 7162G, VIN number 3TYJDAHN1ST037657. This excludes tax, title, license, registration fees, dealer options, and charges. $59.95 due at signing. $84 per month. Offer expires 1/31/2026.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a Pepper Thing! And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a Pepper Thing. Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a Pepper Thing!
My name is Whitney Allen. I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
$8:02, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. At KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. I think you stepped on the legal, so let me say it again. KSPN Los Angeles, Cappy. By the way, on this day in 1978, Van Halen released their first single, a cover of the Kinks' You Really Got Me, Jack.
Say 1978?
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
the only one born here?
What?
Is I the only one born in 1978?
Yes.
No, George, you were alive in 78.
I was like 6 months old. Yeah.
He had just washed up on the shores.
Not even.
Oh, not even.
Today, I would have been, let me see. I've been 4 months old.
Oh.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Is there anybody else here who's a 70s baby other than me? I'm 1970. George is 78. Anybody else a 70s baby?
77, but yeah.
Okay.
I would have been 4 months old when this song came out.
No,
Chris,
83.
I was born in 83.
You know the answer to this, Cap. You just don't want to admit it.
I don't understand.
No, I don't like the fact that you guys are all so much younger.
Meanwhile, at 8:03 in the morning on a Wednesday, we call it a windy Wednesday because the great Brian Windhorst, my Columbo brother, joins us now via Comrex Technology. Good morning, Wendy.
I'll have you know I was born January 29th, 1978.
Hey. Happy birthday tomorrow,
Happy
Wendy.
birthday.
Yeah, happy early birthday.
Wow. All right,
So I just
Wendy.
learned George is older than me, and I'm happy about that.
Well, you're welcome.
I am younger than you. Don't let the year of birth change your mind about that. I am 35 years old, just to be clear.
You've got that San Diego glow.
Yeah. That's exactly
That's
right.
what they call it.
That's what they call it.
So Brian, I'm in Cleveland. I felt like yesterday with the squalls and all the snow, I was joking. I felt like I was landing in Siberia yesterday. But the Lakers are playing the Cavs tonight. Darius Garland is dealing with another injury to his foot, to the other foot, not the one he was surgically repaired or had surgically repaired. Evan Mobley dealing with a calf injury for the second time this year. What are the Lakers really getting themselves into here? I feel like they're in an advantageous situation for a game in January, at least on the surface.
Yeah, I mean, the Cavs have actually been playing really well lately. They've won 6 of their last 7 games. But they've done it with playing this super big lineup where they've been playing Mobley, Dean Wade, and Jared Allen as their starters. All those guys are 6'10" or taller, and they've been playing Donovan Mitchell at point guard. And they got this young guy named Jalen Tyson who's like 6'6", who's playing 2, and this super big lineup has been working for them. But obviously, they're taking a big piece of it out without Mobley. So now neither Mobley or Garland were going to be all-stars this year. Last year they were all-stars, so I don't know whether you want to call them all-stars, but they're missing 2 all-stars from their lineup, and the Lakers have been playing pretty well on this road trip, and very well on the road all season. So yeah, it's a green light. You're going to need some points to beat the Cavs because Donovan's been red hot. The other night Luka had 46. Well, Donovan had 45 that same night. Yeah. So you're gonna need some points, but without the defensive player of the year, the Lakers got a shot.
Brian, I don't know if you had a chance to read Dave McMenamin yet today, but he had a paragraph in his piece. It's all about LeBron, his history in Cleveland, some of the greatest years of his career, maybe the greatest year of his career. I think it was 2018, where they didn't win a title, but LeBron had a great year. Nonetheless, the paragraph that caught my attention was this one. Multiple team and league sources told ESPN the Cavaliers would gladly welcome LeBron back this summer if he wanted to return to Cleveland for his 24th NBA season and 3rd stint with the team. So I'll ask you, is that a realistic possibility that LeBron plays on and does it perhaps in Cleveland?
It's on the board. I mean, there's a lot of factors at play. The biggest thing is when this season ends, whenever that ends for the Lakers, whether it's in April, May, or June, what I would hope, but I don't know, what I would hope is that Rob Pelinka would come to LeBron and say, LeBron, here are the options that we can do for you. We probably could not pay you $52 million, but we could pay you this. I don't know what that number is. Is that number 20 million? Is it 30? Is it 25? Is it 15? I don't know. Or the Lakers would say to him, if you do not want to play for this and play for us, how can we help you get to your next place? And you could, they would have his bird rights, and they could open up the concept of a sign and trade. Now, sign and trades get complicated because it creates a lot of different scenarios and everything. But I would hope that the Lakers would come to LeBron and basically say, what do you want to do, and here's what works for us, and if it doesn't work for you, let's work together. And if that's the case, then the opportunities for LeBron open up. If it doesn't work out staying in LA, which I still think is what LeBron is very interested in, and it doesn't involve the Lakers helping him go somewhere else, then you're basically asking LeBron, where do you want to live and how much are you willing to make? Because if he's willing to play for the bare minimum to go play in a place, then everything is possible. The Cavs are not going to have money to offer him. They could, in theory, work out a trade with the Lakers. But, before we get, this is a guy in LeBron who has played for the maximum dollars for over a decade now. And so, to me, the big question is, and LeBron hasn't answered this, and I've talked with Rich Paul about concepts and stuff. I don't think I have a clear answer. But if the answer is that he's flexible on pay, sure, Cleveland is an option. Why wouldn't they take a player of LeBron's ability at something, resembling a discount? That's not in question.
All right. So, wow. So, what do you think, George? You think
I will say this, guys. I don't think, unless the Cavs have this under wraps and are being very secretive about it, which could do, I don't think that they're planning on making a big deal of LeBron's game there tonight, because it's, in theory, possible it could be his last game in Cleveland. I believe he's going to try to keep playing, but and this is also the 10th anniversary of their championship, and they will honor him tonight. They will, I'm sure, Kevin Love was there a few weeks ago, and they did a little special thing for him, and he had a moment. But I don't think that they're planning on a big thing tonight, like this could be it, unless it's under wraps. I've asked them, and they've said no. I think that's an interesting decision too.
Yeah, I would agree. Cap, you asked me what I think about LeBron's future. I do agree with Brian. I think he's going to play one more season. And, I think that the board is open, to Brian's point. I don't know what that's going to look like. And, I think speculating now is, good fodder. But I don't know if any of it is is realistic now to discuss, because it just doesn't. We don't know what the landscape is going to look like come summertime. So, Brian, I will ask you this in regards to the Lakers. I know Brad Turner had a story out there today about different players that the Lakers could be interested in. Now, I caution people by saying that just because the Lakers have interest in these guys doesn't mean that the rest of the league doesn't have interest in these guys either. And again, it's easy to have interest. It's a matter of, can you actually consummate a deal? But the story includes targets like Najee Marshall, Dante DiVincenzo, DeAndre Hunter, Keon Ellis, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. Now, I would say this. These are just my quick thoughts, and love to get yours. I don't think the Lakers have the assets to get Trey Murphy, maybe not even Herb Jones if I had to guess, or not willing to part with them. Maybe Keon Ellis, maybe DeAndre Hunter, which would be advantageous for the Cavs because they're above the second apron. I don't know about Dante DiVincenzo, and I would also be surprised if Dallas made a deal with the Lakers again. But just kind of how you feel about those names.
So the Lakers have two different types of trades that they can make. They're looking for a blue plate special, which, that's what they did for this offseason. They signed blue plate specials. That's what Ayton was. That's what Marcus Smart was. I know that they gave them player options, but they got those guys where other people were paying the majority of their salaries. Blue plate specials. And if the Lakers are going to do business with a team like the Cavs or something like that, where they're just offering expiring contracts, I don't have to say the names. I don't want to be aggregated, but which players' contracts expire. Maxi Kleba, Gabe Vincent. If they're just looking for that, they're looking for a blue plate special where they're trying to, take a team that's dumping money. In the case of the Blazers and the Grizzlies, they just wanted off of Ayton and Smart. They just wanted him gone. The Wizards, I'm sorry, was Smart. And so that's one type of trade you could make, and that's one level of player. And then if you want to actually get a player who's going to be good beyond this year as a rental, you may have to put in the stuff that you did for Mark Williams last year. And so the question really is that the Lakers' actions so far, the way I'm watching it, are of a team that's looking for blue plate specials. That's what Ayton and that's what Smart were. They were short-term, cheap gap fillers, because I think what they are waiting for is to truly find pieces that they 100% believe in to put around Luka Doncic. And their actions to this point have been that they're looking for gap fillers. So I think it's more likely they look for those types of moves. First off, I have not heard that Trey Murphy is available. I've never heard he's available. I hear him mention all these trade rumors, and every player for the right offer, Luka wasn't available at some point, right? And for the right offer, anybody's available. But I have not heard he's available. And I have not heard that Herb Jones is available. So trades like that, I'm sure the Lakers would be interested in those players, but to my knowledge, they're not available. And so really the question to me is, are the Lakers willing to, A, dip into the draft pick and swap game? In other words, really enhancing what they're offering player-wise with those picks. And secondly, whether they're willing to spend cap space next year. Because, remember, the Lakers are going to have about $100 million in cap space. Some of that will be devoted to re-signing Austin Reeves. and some of that will be devoted to using on other players. And you don't just have to use cap space on free agents. You can use cap space to take players maybe trade a draft pick for a player. The other thing is the Lakers today can only trade one future first round pick. That's with a pick that they can use. It's the pick that they already traded once for Mark Williams that they ended up getting back. If they wait until the summer, they can trade 3 first round picks. It's a long, weird explanation. Just trust me, they can trade 3. So it makes more sense to go shopping when you've got 3 picks than 1. And so what I suspect is that there isn't a trade. The Lakers would never say this. I don't believe there's a trade available to them where they can become a team that is going to rival Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. So I think they blue plate special it, hope to maximize this roster, which is the way they approach this entire season. I don't think they ever believed they were going to win the championship this year. I think they wanted to get through this year with hopefully, LeBron having a healthy year and Luka, and then redo their team next summer. And it makes way more sense to redo your team when you've got $100 million in cap space and 3 tradable first-round picks than it does to do a deal mid-season. Now, if there's a player that they can get that they love, that they could bring in and say, this guy's going to fit next to Luka for the next 3 years, and it's worth using a draft pick on him, and it's worth using the cap space on him, they should do that deal. But I'm not sure that's the way they're going to go.
Yeah, and by the way, I had gone to a Lakers-Pelicans game in New Orleans, and George had been talking about Herb Jones, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go check him out. I'm going to go see him for myself. And what I came away from that game was, oh, my God, Trey Murphy III is amazing. Now, that kid is a young kid. He can play, he's a very good scorer. He's a very good defender. He's got a big contract, so it doesn't really mesh with what you're saying about this blue plate special. But
I would get Trey Murphy if he was available and the Lakers could get him. I would do it.
Right, right, yeah. Same. But if you go back to what you were saying, which is that it's not likely, and that they're probably not looking to add that kind of salary, or they may not have the assets to make that trade. A guy like Keon Ellis, doesn't he sort of fit exactly what you've just described as what the Lakers might be looking at for a guy who's on an expiring contract and is a pretty solid defender?
Yeah, but the Kings are going to want something for him because, like in the case of the Cavs, okay, like you look at a guy like DeAndre Hunter. The Cavs are over the second apron. Hunter is owed $25 million next year. They have these other guys these other young guys who are taking some of Hunter's minutes. Hunter was taken out of the starting lineup midway through the season. Like, you can construct a situation where the Cavs quote unquote return for that trade was getting off the $25 million. All right. Mm-hmm. And that's what the Lakers are kind of giving them is they're taking on the money for next year. That's the asset that they're giving him, that they send players that the Cavs are not really interested in, Vincent, Kleba, whoever you want to say, is not relevant. The asset the Cavs are getting is off the $25 million. I think the Kings like Ellis. They would have interest in re-signing Ellis. So if you're going to go and get Ellis, you have to give the Kings something of value. And it's not going to be players who are going to come off their books. Ellis is already coming off their books. So that's not a blue plate special. That's a guy you're going to have to pay an asset for. Now, we could haggle on what that asset is. We could haggle for a long time on that. And maybe the Lakers and the Kings will. But that is a player you're going to have to give an asset for, and then you're going to have to re-sign. When you could actually just re-sign him, if you liked him enough and you prioritized him, you could make him an offer in the summer and not give up anything for him.
Brian, let me ask you this. Brian Windhorst with us here. Of course, make sure you subscribe to his podcast, The Hoop Collective. If you love the NBA, it is must-listen-to stuff each and every week. Multiple episodes come out. So, DeAndre Ayton, it feels like, particularly over the last several games, that he's playing less and less. And I particularly saw in the Chicago game, coming out of the half, JJ kind of being demonstrative with him going into that half. And it just feels like the wheels are starting to come off a little bit. Doesn't mean he can't recuperate, but we're getting to that point where he's starting to be DeAndre Ayton of the past a little bit. How have you felt about his recent play and maybe where he stands in regards to rotation as a rotation player on this team?
In 2021, 22, and 23, I had to file taxes in the state of Arizona because I spent so much time in Phoenix. I spent so much time in LA, I got a file in California, and I weep. But it's a little bit better situation in Arizona. I spent a lot of time around those Suns teams. The one team went to the finals. The next year they won 62 or something games and lost to Luka. Luka, buried the dagger in their heart that year. I spent a lot of time around DeAndre Ayton. And I remember almost every timeout, maybe not almost every, but repeatedly, you would see the Suns go into timeouts, and the Suns players and coaches would take turns being demonstrative with DeAndre Ayton. A lot of times it was Chris Paul. Nobody was in DeAndre Ayton's ear more than it was Chris Paul. Sometimes there was like a line. Cappy, the movie Airplane?
Yeah.
This is your era. You
Right.
know that line where they lined up in the plane to like slap the woman.
She's
couldn't have
freaking
that
out,
scene
right?
today.
Yeah.
There was like a line, like it would be like a line to yell at DeAndre Ayton. It would be Monty, it would be Chris Paul, it would be Devin Booker, because they all know that Ayton is so talented and so gifted, and they've all seen that he is so amazing when he goes through these moments where he like flashes across the lane and blocks a shot, where he picks the ball off the glass, makes an outlet pass, and then beats everybody down the floor, and they just so badly want to pull it out of him. Eventually the Suns gave up, and they shipped him off for next to nothing. The team that traded for him, Portland, drafted centers in the following 2 drafts, and they gave up. The Lakers got him for the blue plate special. This is who he is. He is an incredibly talented, gifted player who at times will make you think, my God, what an amazing athlete. That's why he was given a max contract. That's why he was drafted number 1 overall ahead of Luka Doncic. For many, many years, the majority of his life, people have felt this way. And for many, many years, there's been frustration. So what you are seeing in him is the reason he was available on the free agent market for half of the mid-level exception when he's in his 20s. This is the player that he is.
Yeah, I thought, hey, listen, leaving Portland where you're playing meaningless games, and I say it like that because you're not pursuing a championship, when you don't go to a game because you're like, sorry, guys, can't get there. It's too cold outside. Just can't get there. That's a guy who's not committed. And I thought, coming to the Lakers and being around Luka, and really more specifically being around LeBron and competing, I don't know if I'll say for a championship, but at least having the idea that you're competing for a championship, I was hoping that was going to bring the best out of him. And we've seen some of it as the year's gone on, but I unfortunately have to give credit where credit is due. Sedano warned us that this is what DeAndre Ayton is.
Now,
You're
Brian,
buying
real
a
quick.
$6 million starting center, and you're getting a $6 million starting center.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for, man.
Yeah. Real quick, Brian, Shams just tweeted this. 2-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo is ready for a new home at the February 5th NBA trade deadline or in the offseason as several rival teams make aggressive offers to the Milwaukee Bucks for him, and the franchise is starting to listen, league sources tell ESPN. That literally 45 seconds ago just dropped. Any thoughts on the Giannis situation? I know we've talked to you about it even as recent as last week.
Yeah, Shams has been on the fringe of reporting this for days. I think he's just been trying to be very, very careful about this, as you can imagine. The league has believed for some time now that ultimately the Bucks are going to trade him. And, the fact that they said his return is, whatever. They said no timetable for this injury. That was an indication that they're going to be open to it. I still don't think it's a slam dunk, but the offers are coming in. The teams have been sitting on the sideline. They've been calling the Bucks and engaging the Bucks, and the Bucks have sort of been half in, half out. The other thing that's been happening is the Bucks have been making other trade calls and negotiating other trades that are not related to Giannis at all in the last 2 days. And people have been like, what are you doing? Are you doing this or not? And so there's been a bit of a drip. And I think the offers are already coming. The teams are coming. Whether or not the Bucks find an offer today or next week that they like, I still think that's up in the air. But the idea of them hanging up the phone and stonewalling and Giannis, going on the record saying, I would never leave Milwaukee, I think that pretense is I think what Shams is reporting is that pretense is being dropped, and we're going to actually enter the Giannis sweepstakes phase. I'm not yet ready to say, based on my conversations, that it's actually going to happen, but I do think we're headed down that path.
All
yeah,
right.
and again, in the offseason, more teams can get in the fold, and as you kind of alluded to earlier, even with the Lakers, right, talking about the potential of unlocking 3 first-round picks. so many more teams can offer a much better package in the offseason than they can right now.
True, but one of the things that you can do right now if you're Milwaukee is you can tank. And there's some
great draft
time we
too.
have
That's
here.
true. Right.
Yeah. Milwaukee owes their pick in a swap to New Orleans. They have to swap picks, but New Orleans has got the worst or the second worst record. Their pick is going to be high too. The Bucks right now, if the lottery were today, the Bucks would have the 7th highest odds. Part of what they can do right now is tank, see where they fall in the lottery, see what they can do via trade, and then offer Giannis, do you want to stay with us? What if we're able to get AJ DeBansa? And you may laugh at that, but there's a scenario where the Bucks could get the number 2 pick. Yes,
Right.
It would require the Pelicans to have the number 1 pick, but that could happen. And so the Bucks have gone through this whole rigmarole and this mortgaging. What I think is interesting for the Laker fan, what the Laker fan needs to know here is if there is a Giannis trade, it is very likely going to be a big trade and it's going to involve many players and many draft picks. And it is reasonably likely that it could generate spin-off trades where players who are sent to Milwaukee could be reavailable in trade. That's where a team like the Lakers comes in. That's where the whole level of contenders in the West could come in. Can they make a trade with a piece, especially if Milwaukee's intention is to tank? If they receive a player that is higher upside now, they could retrade him. That's why the Giannis trade controls the whole deadline, because it's not just the teams that could make a real offer for Giannis right now. Like the Lakers can't make a real offer for Giannis right now that could actually get accepted. But they could make an offer in an offshoot trade. And that's why there's the second and third level of this that could really have an influence on this year's championship race.
So for the audience, similar to maybe the Dame trade, where the Dame trade sent off a bunch of different players in a lot of different directions, right?
Well, the classic case of this is the Dame trade, because all of a sudden you had the Blazers holding Drew Holiday and they didn't want him, and next thing you know he's a crucial piece of a championship team in Boston. Ironically, Drew Holiday's back in
Right.
Portland, but
Portland. Yeah.
that type of situation could develop. And there's some players that I'm not going to say right now, but if you critically think and you think about the teams that could offer, you could see where there would be a second level of trade.
Wow. So a lot to certainly keep eyes on here, Cappy, with this Giannis trade.
Yeah, and I obviously Giannis's name is the biggest name of all potential trades. But Wendy, I'll just throw you a couple other big names from around the NBA, and you tell us maybe if you think that they're likely to be moved. Ja Morant is one, Anthony Davis is another, and Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, just those three guys are sort of the big names that the rumors are all around. What do you say to those three?
So I think that there's a market for Anthony Davis, but the market is not one that the Mavericks want to engage in right now. Their offers for him are not appropriate for they think his value. And by the way, he's injured, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Ja Morant, same situation. I think that the Grizzlies could trade Ja Morant for a nothing package right now just to get off of his money. But if they actually want value in return, now is not the time to trade him. By the way, he is also injured right now. And there are teams who might have interest in those players who are going to have interest in Giannis first, and then there may be some teams that may have interest in the secondary Giannis market before they would have interest in Ja Morant or Anthony Davis. It's just not a good time to trade them. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's likely they get traded. Karl Towns, I think the question for the Knicks is, do they make a Giannis offer and include Karl Towns in the offer? That's the question. I don't think they want to trade Karl Towns unless it's for somebody like Giannis. I think the Miami Heat, George's neck of the woods, the Miami Heat, I do not think are interested in Ja Morant, even if Ja Morant is interested in Miami. The Miami Heat are sure as heck not interested in Ja Morant when Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there. And so the focus of these teams and what they're willing to offer, some other team may call the Knicks and say, hey, we're interested in Karl Towns. And they could say, thank you, we're going to keep Karl, good luck to you. The Bucks call and say, hey, would you be interested in Karl Towns for Giannis? It's a different conversation. Are the Knicks trading Karl Towns or not? It's what I'm saying. It depends on who's asking what the scenario is.
Good
All right,
stuff
great
with Wendy
stuff,
right
Brian.
There.
Yeah, awesome stuff as always, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Have a
Wendy.
good day. Enjoy Cleveland, George.
I will. I'll be bundled up.
The great Brian Windhorst on a windy Wednesday.
Wow,
You
that
see
was
him on
solid.
ESPN, the NBA on ESPN. and he joins us on a windy Wednesday, my Columbo brother. 8:28 in the morning. By the way, speaking of Cleveland, they've announced a new head coach. We're going to talk about that in 3 minutes from now. But first, Sedano, people can see you tonight on the ESPN app.
They can. Yes, that's right, Christopher. And here's the deal. The ESPN app is fantastic because you can watch up to 4 things. They have a 4-box at the same time. So you can watch me on one screen. You can watch maybe some college hoops, the Australian Open, maybe Sports Center, whatever else is on there, 30 for 30s. You can get 4 different screens up at the same time. And if you're waking up in the morning and you want to know what your teams have done, you can curate this thing where you have your own AI version of Sports Center. Sports Center now, it's fantastic stuff. And the other part of it is this. When a trophy's raised, like we just did in the National Championship recently, it can feel like a season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is, because with more than 47,000 live events, as I mentioned, plus the originals, highlights, coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. There's no off-season on the ESPN app. Just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. So get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
New head coach in Cleveland. What does the biggest Browns fan we know, producer Lindsay Baseball, think? That's in 3 minutes from right now on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time. Download the Waba Rewards app today or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, keeping it real for you.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
John Ireland here for Blue Ice Vodka, America's #1 potato vodka. Smooth, creamy, no burn, made from non-GMO potatoes and gluten-free with no added sugar, just 64 calories an ounce. Blue Ice Vodka, because taste matters.
Quack, quack. Yes, indeed, 8:31. Good morning. Coverage and content of the 2026 NFL playoffs on ESPN LA is presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. See for yourself what made readers of Newsweek and USA Today name Pechanga the best casino outside of Las Vegas. Visit Pechanga.com for more information. 2 minutes from right now, we're back on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing a dollar that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 5.625%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.625%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on the road to the Lombardi Trophy, powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You in?
God, I love that song. I'll find any reason to play it. 8:33 on a windy Wednesday. Cappy on this day in 1989, the number one hit, Phil Collins, Two Hearts. Now, was this when he was completely bald already, or did he still have that little twirl in the front?
I don't know. They beat his one. That I know. I don't know about the twirl. Not sure if we're talking completely bald. It is a good song.
Today is also Daisy Day. Like the flower?
George, you got any of those in the garden in the back next to those Japanese plums?
Yes, we've got some days to stay tuned.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Meanwhile, the Cleveland Browns have hired a head coach. We go to our Cleveland Browns update desk and one Cleveland Browns apologist, producer Lindsay Baseball.
I'm sorry, but you cannot call me an apologist because I've been
Let's just do the headline. How about that?
They hired Todd Monken, who's the same. He was the Ravens offensive coordinator and the Browns offensive coordinator back in 2019 when they won like 3 games. So great job, guys.
You know what? I will say this, though. It's outside the box in that I kind of thought they were still talking about the young man Shieldhouse from the Rams.
And Jim Schwartz, yeah.
Probably told him no.
Perhaps he was like, hey, can you write this essay and tell us why you need to be the coach? And he's like, dude, I don't got time for that. So I'm surprised.
Is that what they really were asking, for people to write an essay?
I mean, the word has been that they were asking all their head coaching candidates to write like an essay, essentially, that the owner could read. Can you imagine that? You imagine?
With his teeth in or his teeth out?
Yeah, well, that guy, he's another wacky old dude, I'll tell you that. But this is, you know how people said, George, that the Mike McCarthy hire was a safe hire, or it was not an inspiring hire, or they just traded in Mike Tomlin for Mike McCarthy? I could understand why people might see that. I don't see it quite that way. But Todd Monken, you talk about a name that people probably just don't know. Yeah, he was, the offensive coordinator the last few years in Baltimore. And as Lindsay points out, he was the coordinator for 1 year in Cleveland. He's been in Tampa Bay as an offensive coordinator.
By the way, he was such a great OC that he helped get his head coach fired.
Yeah, Lamar takes a little bit of that blame too.
No, I get it, but my point is like that's what they fired Stefanski for.
I don't think that this is like their first or second or third or fourth option, to be honest. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, and I think, sometimes these hirings, like you look at what Buffalo did. Buffalo went, wait a second, you're just promoting the offensive coordinator when the offense and Josh Allen didn't really get it done. We know about the injuries on the defensive side for Buffalo. And then this Todd Monken hiring, this is kind of one of those hirings that you're like, I don't really get it at all, mostly because I think that people now assume that head coaches, the latest round of head coaches, will all be young guys. Now, this guy's, making I couldn't even get the word out. This guy is he's going through the roof so fast. This guy 10 years ago was playing in college, and all of a sudden he's a head coaching candidate.
By the way, we got another update. The great Beto Duran, he's at the driving range right now, and he just texted me that the new head coach of the Cleveland Browns, what's his name again?
Todd Monken.
He has spent time at the Del Rey in Pico Rivera.
Oh.
So I'm good with that. Then.
Did he hang out with the mayor?
No, he hung out with Danny, the quarterback coach, right, Sedano?
Yes.
I don't know.
Danny Hernandez.
Yeah.
Just Todd Monken.
Go ahead.
I'll just say this, this guy's 58 or 59.
Well, you're just going down the Todd Monken rabbit hole, so just let him
finish.
Yeah,
I mean, I just got to finish this off. I'm so surprised, and yet I shouldn't be surprised because Cleveland was going to get somebody that you're not impressed with. That's all.
Yeah.
Them or the Bills.
Danny Hernandez, local QB guru. Bryce Young was his original pupil. Many other quarterbacks, including most recently Fernando Mendoza.
Mm-hmm. Beto says when Monken was at Georgia, he would come to Pico Rivera to check on QBs. Look at that.
Yeah, Monken was the offensive coordinator.
Well, now a reason for me to root for the Browns then, because he went to the Del Rey. That's one of my favorite restaurants in Southern California.
Hey, by the way, he wasn't at Georgia that long ago. That was 2020 through 2022. I've just got his resume pulled up.
Shocking. We knew. We knew what? We knew the Wikipedia was open. You don't have to fake the funk.
No, I'm not. I just told everybody. am researching as we're talking. Yeah, I'm not faking any funk.
Don't fake that funk.
No funk fake.
Cappy,
No funk fake.
Don't you think that a lot of times when these coaches get fired, then like after the fact, they're like, "Oh crap, we probably shouldn't have done that." Don't you think these teams regret it a lot?
I mean, let me ask you this: do you think that they upgraded from Kevin Stefanski?
No, I don't think anyone thought they would. Same with the Bills.
Yeah.
By the way, is Rizzo going to invade Sedano's space there in the 9 o'clock hour? The great Tony Rizzo?
Trudeell's going to be here at 9, too. So I don't know how much room we have in this place. There's multiple microphones on the other side. I don't know if I can get them on camera, though.
Now, we always mention Riz from Cleveland, who is probably the top sports radio personality in Cleveland, and he is part of the ESPN Cleveland family. Of course, we always refer to Riz, but we'll see if we get him on the 9 o'clock hour. I just saw a social media video in just torment. But the Cleveland Browns have been tormenting him for years. Come on.
Yeah, I will say this, though. I actually would love in the next segment to talk about Bergman, who was like firing off texts in the in the group chat about all these guys that are available in the NBA, and he's like, "I'm not giving up this stuff for Trey Murphy," and like he's fired up. I want to hear Bergman's takes.
GM. All right, we'll do that in 3 minutes. But first, Cappy and Lindsay, let's talk about our friends at VisionWorks. We talk about it every day. They've got simple shopping, unlike other brands. VisionWorks makes things simple by organizing frames by shape and price, so you, Cappy, get the glasses you want, Jack.
Well, not only the ones I want, but the ones I need. And I always talk about scheduling because I know you guys are busy. I'm busy. It's hard to get in. And so they'll work around your schedule. It could be the weekend. It could be the evenings. I've already made my appointment on February 10th. It's a Tuesday because I got to get in there and I got to see the eye doctor because when they're looking at your vision and they're looking at your eyes, it's not just the health of your eyes and your eyesight. It's also, early signs, glaucoma, diabetes, hypertension. So on February 10th, Lindsay, baseball, that's the day I'm going to see the eye doctors at VisionWorks.
I bet you can't wait, Cappy, because I can't wait. And you know what else you can do? You can go online to visionworks.com, and you can find a store, schedule the eye exam that you were just talking about. You can check your order status. You can order your glasses or your contacts. You can, check out everything that they have in stock, too, on their website, visionworks.com.
And let's talk about those benefits, huh? Every year, new year comes with renewed vision benefits. VisionWorks makes it easy to put them to good use with a simple, stress-free eye care experience. And here's the thing. If you don't have vision insurance, our friends at VisionWorks are going to make it seem like you did with great deals. And it's tax season. Don't spend that tax refund on toys from Walmart like Cappy. Use the tax refund for good use, okay?
I thought you were going to say chips and sodas. That's what you said yesterday. No, toys from Walmart.
Well, you know what? I mean, some of those toys are useful.
Yeah,
why not put them to use while wearing new glasses?
Right.
Go see our friends at VisionWorks.
Yeah, and don't forget about the BOGO, the 2-for-1. So we're going to hook it up. I'll see everybody down there in Santa Ana on February 10th at the VisionWorks store.
And I think that means that February 12th, I'll be at the one in Brea. I think that's what that means. I don't know for sure. We'll figure it out. A lot of whole Michigash, 8:42 in the morning. In 3 minutes, we'll hear from Bergie and his latest outrage. That's next on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday on ESPN LA, sucker.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Introducing Los Angeles' newest, most trusted injury hotline.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
For a century, the Genesis Invitational has stood as one of golf's greatest stages, where legends rise and history is made. February 19th through 22nd, celebrate 100 years of championship golf. Experience the drama, the tradition, and the moments that define the Genesis Invitational. Tickets at genesisinvitational.com.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, Laker fans, are you juggling work and family, chasing big goals while keeping everything else on track? You're in Ander, and National University gets it. That's why they have flexible online courses, career-focused programs, and real support for busy students who do it all. Whether you're building a career, raising a family, or going after your next big win, NU helps you crush your end game and your end game. Make your move at nu.edu.
Mike, in sports, dynasties don't happen by luck. They happen with culture, coaching, and execution.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Travis, but that's exactly how we run Rotolo Chevrolet.
Mike, it's actually pretty simple. Customer service that takes care of people.
It's probably the biggest reason why people choose Rotolo Chevrolet. They come from all over California.
210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, right there in Fontana. I'm going to remember that the rest of my life.
Love it.
And of course, RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO Chevy.com.
Talk about stepping up. It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on the road to the Lombardi Trophy. Powered by Yamava Resort and Casino.
Yeah, Bergie, what were you so upset about? Like, you were, like, fired up about these Laker rumors out there.
I'm not so much fired up as just thinking, like, so what they're saying is that a couple of the guys, Herb Jones and Trey Murphy III, are going to be worth 4 first-round picks and a future pick swap as well. That's a lot. That's a lot of picks for. I don't know too much about Trey Murphy besides watching him when he played the Lakers. And also, I don't believe that. I feel like a top 10 player in the NBA is probably worth that and a little bit more. But for some of these guys, I don't think that Desmond Bane. That was too much for Desmond Bane, right?
I mean, I don't know. It depends on how much you feel like if he's the missing piece. You know what I mean? Like, I think that beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You know what I mean?
Sure, but like if Anthony Davis goes for I think it was like
Anthony Davis is always hurt though.
Right.
I mean, I think that's also part of it. And Anthony Davis is going to want a contract extension, whereas Desmond Bane had a contract already for the next several years. So you know you're acquiring a guy who you're going to have if you want him that bad, who is a top 60 player. And if you want him that bad, you're going to have him locked in for several years. It's a little different.
Yeah, but either way, like the Lakers don't even have 4 future first picks.
Well, the Lakers don't have any picks to give up right now. That's for sure.
No, they only. I think they only have the 2031, and that's it.
Right. I mean, they can. To Brian's point, they can unlock 3 in the offseason. So.
But let me just say this. You know, you mentioned Trey Murphy, and listen, Bergie, I'm not.
He's not getting traded anyways, isn't he?
Right. But let me just one thing about him though. I'm happy to admit that I really didn't know anything about this young man until I went and saw the Lakers play the Pelicans in New Orleans, and I remember texting George after going, dude, this Trey Murphy guy is unbelievable. And you know, he's very young. He's locked into a contract. He's a really good up and coming star caliber player. If you could get your hands on a guy like that. Like, I'd give up a lot to get a kid like that. But, you know, to your point, do the Lakers really have the assets to make a trade of that magnitude? A, probably not. And B, to George's point and what Wendy said earlier, the likelihood of this young man getting traded is probably not all that high.
I think that's why they're putting it out there that it was going to take that many picks just to even start talking to them about it.
By the way, Anthony Davis, this is what his career is now going to be, right? I mean, like, just keep moving around as he's injured all the time, and who really wants him and who wants to take the risk. And, George, you mentioned Anthony Davis wanting a contract extension. Mm-hmm. Contract extension? I mean, listen, we always ridiculed the whole street clothes thing, and then the following year, it was like, wow, look, he actually played more games, and how come Kawhi doesn't get that sort of treatment? But you talk about a guy who is chronically injured, and as good as he can be when he's healthy, Anthony Davis can't stay healthy, so he's not that good. And I cannot imagine somebody giving him, I mean, what kind of contract could a guy like that demand nowadays? on now his third team, where he's always hurt.
I mean, listen, again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. If you're a team that feels like you're an Anthony Davis away from contending, you'll give him a contract extension, and you'll give up assets.
I don't know how anybody could think that they're an Anthony Davis away from being a championship contender when Anthony Davis will be sitting on the bench.
Hey, Max Christie's been pretty good in that trade, right? Like, he's been, like, way more valuable than Anthony Davis.
Max Christie played a great game the other night when the Lakers played the Mavericks. Max Christie was really good. I don't remember exactly the total, but it was like 24 or 25 points. And there were a couple of scores, a couple of long shots that he hit. One in particular that stood out over LeBron, and I was like, oh, damn, Max Christie. That kid was like 12 when the Lakers drafted him. Remember talking about how young he looked. That kid he didn't even shave. Hadn't been bar mitzvahed.
His wispy mustache that you used to.
Yeah, I mean, that guy.
I always liked Max Christie. I was actually upset that they put him in that deal. Would have loved to have him still here.
Ultimately, what I would say, Bergie, about, is it too much? It just depends, man, on what you want, like what you need. Like, where you feel you are as an organization. And
so the Lakers. I mean, that's really all I care about.
Well, let me ask you guys a question about the Lakers real quick.
But wait, you're saying the Lakers, yes, but you're like lamenting that Desmond Bane got traded for 4 picks and whatever for Orlando, and that the alleged story out there, or rumor, is that that's what it would take to get a guy like Trey Murphy. Well, I would say Trey Murphy's better than Desmond Bane. So I would imagine he'll go for what Desmond Bane wants, or maybe he won't. Again, it just all depends on what the needs are of the two teams. Every individual trade is going to stand on its own merit. Some will look like steals, like the Lakers getting Luka dropping from the sky because Nico Harrison fell for the Jedi mind trick of the Lakers and Rob Pelinka of not being able to talk to him, Luka that is, and talking to him about an extension. So Nico being like, sure, no problem. You don't have to trade everything for Luka. and right. So, but like more trades will look like the Desmond Bane one than the Luka one.
So you guys think that when Austin Reeves gets back, and he's rumored to be back on this trip sometime, I mean, who knows? Yeah. Could it be tonight? Perhaps. I'm not sure. But when Austin Reeves comes back, and with the Lakers playing good ball, I think the number is 4 of the last 5 that they've won, and they're playing well on the road in particular, how much better might the Lakers be, and how differently might we think about the Lakers, call it 2 weeks from now, if you have Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves all playing consistently night in and night out? What do you think? Are they significantly better? They should be. I mean, scoring-wise.
They're a very good offensive team.
You're just leaving it at that, huh?
Right.
Just leaving it at they're a good offensive team.
They're a very good. I wouldn't say just a good. They're very good. They're an excellent offensive team. How about that?
Well, that's good, but it just kind of leaves out, you just sort of end the sentence there. That's the unfortunate part.
Because he's Sedano. He can do that. He
can
just leave it.
Well, but I'm letting you interpret my words.
Yeah.
Yes, I've interpreted them.
Pound you into submission with one word or one sentence.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not a good defensive team.
Well, you see, you didn't have to say that.
They haven't been.
I think I got it.
Now, I know that some people will try to tell you that maybe they've unlocked something here in the last couple of games, and Chicago couldn't get into the paint as well. I mean, Chicago's just an average team. But what I would also say is, remember last year, we also thought they had unlocked something because they had a stretch of 5 to 6 weeks where they were really good defensively, and then come playoff time, they got obliterated.
8:54. Let's spend 60 seconds talking about our friends at Prize Picks.
Yeah, listen, if you want sports action in the state of California, it's very simple. Prize Picks is the place to be. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Your first $5 lineup gets you a $50 lineup bonus. It's very simple to play Prize Picks. It's more or less. We're just talking basketball, right? Points, rebounds, assists, maybe even a combination of all 3, right? There'll be a stat projection for every player imaginable and every sport imaginable. You bundle a couple together, and they can be from different sports. You can do like hockey and basketball. You can do all basketball. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can win cold, hard cash, though, if you bundle those guys together.
Yeah, and the big game is almost here, and there's really no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than on Prize Picks, where it does feel good to be right, and don't I know it after this past weekend. But I'm always going to direct you to this, George, the early payout. Because when I had a $20 power play to win $80, and they offered me $67, I said, you know what? I'm taking my profit, and I'm not taking the risk. So the beauty of it is when you're watching games, you should have your Prize Picks app open, and you can see when they offer you an early payout, and you can take your profit and run. So download the Prize Picks app. Use the code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Make that first $5 lineup. Get $50 in lineups. It's guaranteed. You're getting it whether you win or you lose. Prize Picks.
It's good to be right.
Thank you so much. Sedano is in Cleveland. The great Mike Trudeell will join him in studio. We continue the 9 o'clock hour, the YouTube hour right now, while Rich Eisen begins terrestrially. We'll see you in 5 minutes, Jack.
Hey guys, it's a new year, new benefits, and if you're wondering how to actually get the most out of your new benefits, it's VisionWorks in Orange County. It's Cappy, and I know you've been putting off your annual eye exam. I got you covered, VisionWorks. And right now, VisionWorks is offering a BOGO on glasses, so you can use that tax return for something you actually need and walk out with 2 new pairs. Quick scheduling, great doctors, and tons of frames to choose from. No stress, no pressure, just better vision to start the year. So do your eyes a favor. Head to one of the 7 VisionWorks in Orange County and see the difference.
Hey, it's Mace. If you love sports, you gotta see Cosm Los Angeles. Massive display, crystal clear picture and fans everywhere. Step inside the dome, wrap around visuals, put you in the action. You want variety? The hall delivers live multi-view sports, no remote needed. Football, NBA, Premier League, UFC, all there. Then head out to the deck, a panoramic rooftop bar with craft cocktails and local favorites, sports, movies, date night, game night. Cosm does it all. Get tickets now at Cosm.com.
ESPN LA fans, elevate your next game night with Gießen Wines from New Zealand. Their Gießen 0% range brings you premium Sauvignon Blanc, Rosé, Pinot Grigio, even Sparkling Brut with 0% alcohol and all the flavor. Crisp, refreshing, award-winning, crafted with the same care as their classic full-strength wines, just without the alcohol. Post-game dinner, weeknight unwind, or hosting the crew, whenever you're pouring, you're never out of the moment. Gießen 0% Wines, all in, never out.
Hey, it's producer Laura with your LA Care Minute, and here's today's health tip. The best healthcare starts before you get sick. Regular checkups, vaccines, and preventative care can help catch problems early and keep you feeling your best. That's why I want to tell you about my friends at LA Care, a health plan that truly puts our community first. LA Care offers Medi-Cal, California's Medicaid program, providing coverage for low-income individuals and families. They also offer LA Care Covered, available through Covered California, for anyone in the state who needs health insurance. With 12 community resource centers across Los Angeles and growing, LA Care, in collaboration with Blue Shield Promise, offers free vaccine clinics, health consultations, family events, workout and cooking classes, and so many helpful resources. They even specialize in senior care with programs designed to support healthy, independent living. Learn more at lacare.org or discover LA's most affordable health plan at lacarecovered.org. LA Care is more than a health plan. We're part of your community.
For a century, the Genesis Invitational has stood as one of golf's greatest stages, where the game's legends make their mark and history is written.
It's official. The round that will long be remembered. Oh, yes! Ludwig Oberg.
February 19th through 22nd, celebrate 100 years of championship golf. Experience the drama, the tradition, and the moments that define the Genesis Invitational. Get your tickets now at genesisinvitational.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap morning show.
I'm not joking around, George. I'm sitting at 6:30 a.m. this morning. I have my feet in my electric foot massager, and I'm watching that video. What?
This song definitely gives it a different...
What's an electric foot massager?
You know,
you put
like,
your feet in it?
Yeah, you know, it's like one of those little foot massager thingies. You know what I mean? Like you put both feet in it, and they kind of rub the balls of your feet. You know what I mean?
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
But Cappy was apparently under the weather. So didn't come back to LA Live after Yamava yesterday. Instead, he went to South and Sedano, top of the hour integrity. I want to pose this question, which we can get into it in minutes. Was it really that he was under the weather, or was somebody saying, Scott, you better get home?
I would suggest, I have a famous saying, Cappy, as you know.
Let me hear it.
That two things can be true at once.
Right,
you know?
right. That's in this particular case. The two things could be true at once.
You better get your ass home, Scott.
You gave up your Sunday, you get your ass home.
I saw you eating food with that fatty.
A little sabor. Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the widow on the radio.
No. Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit boy.
right now. Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
So, Mongrels, stay tuned.
Right circle face off now. Rolls to the front. Intercepted by the Kings. Cleared to the empty net. Bullseye! An empty net goal for LA. Corey Perry with 1:13 to go. He makes it 3-1 LA.
Oh, wait, Trudeell.
Oh, there he is behind me.
Yeah. Here he is. Here he comes. Oh, here he's got it. Yeah.
Hey, Cappy.
9:02 and 55 seconds. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, the YouTube hour, begins. And shout out to Call Jacob, the great Jacob Emrani, 800-345-6789. Jacob Emrani, the official personal injury attorney of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Mike Trudeell is now in studio with one George Sedano in Cleveland, where Mike Trudeell last night at Morton's was drinking champagne at the table.
He was drinking champagne, yes. That's right.
Mike, that
He
was
did
an
have a glass of
interesting
wine,
choice.
I believe, as well.
Yeah.
Well-
But I saw the picture, and I told George, I'm one of these people that, I really go in on these pictures. So I looked around the table. I was like, iced tea, Pellegrino, water. And then I saw you, and I was like, champagne glass. What was that all about?
Yeah, so I just was in that kind of a mood. I mean, Ireland likes a whiskey sour, so that's kind of his constant drink. Billy Mack and Stu don't drink. And our producer, Mark Shaw, had a beer. And Sedano hadn't arrived yet when I ordered the glass of champagne. But Michael and I will eventually drink red wine with the steak coming. But I wasn't quite ready for the red wine, right? So that's when I got the champagne.
Were you celebrating
it's about
anything?
the same price.
But
as
you
all the
did
other
also
drinks.
pick up a second glass of champagne afterwards, after the red wine.
Yeah. Well, the reason why is because George wanted a single glass of the wine that we had just finished the bottle.
Right.
And I felt that the price for the single glass, it was about twice as much as the champagne. And I was like, I kind of like the taste of champagne just a little bit more.
There you go.
And I had finished my steak by that point. So I thought that the proper thing to do was either go champagne or beer. Didn't really feel like a beer, so I went for the second glass of champagne.
Serious question. You guys are on the road so much. You guys go out to all these fancy dinners. How many times do you eat steak in a week?
It's weird because I had steak on Sunday at my house, which I rarely do, but I wasn't expecting to be at this dinner at a steakhouse. And I was going to go fish, but then I didn't love the fish selections that Morton's had here in Cleveland. So I was like, I guess I'll just have another steak. And in retrospect, I should have gone with fish.
Michael, how about you?
this is actually the first time this year that we've made it out because our schedule has been a little bit crazy, and it's been a lot of one-offs where we fly into Portland for a day or New Orleans for a day, and so usually it's these longer trips where we'll find it. Like in this case, it was Michael's birthday, right? So that gets everybody out. But this year has not been a ton. I bet there'll be 2 or 3 other occasions this year, Cappy. And so since it's been limited steak this year, I'll probably go with steak on these occasions. But, no promises.
Now, Trudeell, we had you last Thursday on the show sitting in for Sedano before the NFC Championship game. And now post-NFC Championship game, we are all heartbroken as Rams fans that one Sam Darnold and the Seahawks will be going to the Super Bowl.
Oh.
As a Vikings fan where you guys ran him out of town, it's got to really rub in your face.
I just feel horrible about it, everything about it, and I'm usually on the flip side of the rush to get coaches or executives out. But I started texting all my friends, and this is even before that game resolved. But is this alone enough to fire Kwesi? Like that was the thing that stopped him. So I'm now turned into the fan who's angry, and now I'm not actually posting on Twitter or anything about it. Right, but I'm texting some people that I know in Minneapolis radio, just being like, "Hey, what's the temperature over there?" Basically, what do we do about this? It is heartbreaking because we haven't had a good quarterback, essentially since super old Brett Favre, and it's very difficult to take Morales.
You don't think Kirk Cousins was a good quarterback? You didn't like Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins was okay for the regular season. We had kind of the same concerns about him as that we thought we were. That was part of why I think we got rid of Darnold. It was like, oh, another quarterback that's just eventually not going to be able to beat the best teams in playoff settings where you have to trust him to make a play, without either taking a sack or throwing an interception. And it seemed like Darnold was going to be another one of those Kirk Cousinses.
Mm-hmm.
And Cousins, to me, there would be like a middle-class NFL player, and you need a top-class NFL quarterback.
What's funny, though, is that of all the fan bases that are outspoken or offended, if you will, by this whole Sam Darnold has made it to the Super Bowl, the Jets don't care. It was a long time ago. Carolina doesn't care. Again, it was a long time ago. And he didn't have any success in these places. San Francisco, he was a backup. But it's the Minnesota Vikings. Because the Minnesota Vikings look and they go, we had Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones on the same roster. And, by the way, went out and drafted J.J. McCarthy. And what they could have done is they could have franchised Sam Darnold, let J.J. McCarthy get fully healthy because he obviously injured and missed a lot of time this year, and learn the system again. And then maybe, then we let Sam Darnold go. But they decided to start all over with J.J. McCarthy. So, Mike, I would say that the Vikings fans are the most upset fans about Sam Darnold's 1 year of success in taking the Seahawks to the Super Bowl.
100% accurate. We are already a fan base that kind of is just waiting for something bad to happen. Despite, we're always good, never great. And the fact that we were pretty close last year, I think that the trauma from seasons failed in the past reintegrated into the thinking of how everybody approached this season. And now we just stink again, and who knows what McCarthy's going to do next year, and it's dark. The only pushback to all that, Cappy, is that yes, if you franchise him, a lot of that money that you ended up not having to spend on a quarterback, $40 million or whatever, because McCarthy was cheapish, went to other parts of the roster to strengthen the line, to add another safety, and we wouldn't have been able to do that. So would you have been good enough with Sam Darnold at $40+ million and the rest of the roster, which clearly wasn't that good this year, even with McCarthy? So maybe you're not good enough anyway if you do that, but the bottom line is simple. You're accurate on it. I feel terrible about it.
So here's one last thing on this. So, George, as you know, last week you made this declaration, which was, I'm confident that the Rams are going to win. And I'm confident for reasons A, B, and C. And once our video was launched by ESPN LA's social accounts, it got into the algorithm of the Seahawks fans. Here we are. Today is Wednesday. And every day I wake up and my Instagram is still loaded with messages from Seahawks fans that still want to rub it in our faces that, hey, can he win the big game yet, fellas? Hey, don't hear you guys saying very much. So we can take it. No problem. We said what we said. We're big boys. But Trudeell got caught up in this entire mess and had no idea that Seahawks Nation, the 12s, as in like the 12 millions, they were coming for all of us, and Trudeell got caught in the middle of it. Mike, how's that going for you right now as Seahawks fans have included you in our mess?
Well, I think I must have gotten I got added to our ESPN Los Angeles tweet about it, and so then I just kind of I don't even really check because I have a personal run. I've got my Lakers reporter Twitter, and then I've got the @MikeTrudeell, which I used to use a lot more on the radio show. Don't use it a ton now, but I checked on it. I'm like, what happened here? What are all these? And it's like, oh, this must be from the Sedano guarantee of victory against Seattle. And so I haven't actually. I'll pop in there right now, Cappy, because I haven't checked it since I messaged you guys. Let's just see if the Seahawks fans are still coming after me.
I mean, George,
it's daily.
Collateral
They still
damage, George. Collateral damage.
I didn't know there were this many.
I honestly don't.
They're
get any of
everywhere.
it. Like, I mean, I get a little bit of it on Instagram, but I don't really pay attention to it, and I definitely don't get it on Twitter. Like, I don't even know. Like,
but poor Trudeell was like, what the hell, man? What did I do?
The thing is, if the three of us ever go to Seattle,
you got shrapnel.
The question is how long will they memorize this, and will it be? I think I'm more on these because I was on the show, and I did say the Nirvana line. Although I think I was
the Nirvana line got you because a lot of people were upset about that. They're like, "Hey, man, nobody even knows Nirvana anymore in Seattle, scumbag."
And the thing is, I like Nirvana, but I wondered if maybe Sedano thought they were overrated, which would have fit into his bit. That was all I was asking.
Overrated, underrated, or properly rated?
Oh, wow, wow. The other thing is that they all reminded us, the Seattle fans, hey, there's more Starbucks in California than there are here in Seattle, bro. I was like, hey guys, honestly, like it's all football, talking smack, going back and forth. It's fun, okay? It's Wednesday. You guys won on Sunday. You're going to the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold's your guy. By the way, we're kind of rooting for Sam Darnold now, too. He's an SC kid. He's from Southern California. Everybody just step the hell off.
I mean, who cares? Why do you care?
I guarantee you, Dave Softy Mahler and Brock and Sock in the morning over there in Seattle, they're still playing our audio probably.
Oh, there's no doubt. No doubt about it. No doubt.
Yeah, but so what? Who cares? Good for them. They should.
Brock and Sock in the morning.
And Softy in the afternoon.
Does he do afternoon drive still, or does he do early afternoon drive?
No, he does late afternoon drive.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, because I was
now
on his show
what
last week
station
at
is he on? Because there's two. There's Cairo and KJR.
Yeah, I think he's KJR too.
I think he's KJR.
KJR as well. Yeah. Yeah, so I was on with him at 6
because Brock and Sock are not on KJR.
They're on the ESPN station, right?
They're on Cairo, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is also 710 ESPN.
Right.
It is 710, yeah.
That's why we have to power down at night to protect them, or we blow them off the face of the earth.
Grid.
Yeah.
We blow them up, huh?
Yeah. If not, they'd be getting Beto and the Lakers and Michael and the Lakers postgame.
Listen, when we transitioned to not that kind of transition, but when
I didn't know what kind of transition we were going
when we
through.
got new ownership, everything technical. That's how Live Imaging Tuesday was born, because everything shut down, so we just had to do it all live. And I was in a hard hat for a week. We weren't powering down, and Seattle was calling the FCC like, "What's going on, man?" We're here at Lakers basketball in Seattle.
We don't have basketball in Seattle anymore.
Yeah, they will eventually. So anyway, Michael, this Giannis stuff came down while we were wrapping up with Windy. Do you have any thoughts on the Giannis situation?
I think my prevailing first thought, just off the top, is that I think they might be able to just get more if they wait till the summer.
Sure.
If they drag this on.
Yes.
And so somebody's really going to have to put together the type of package, right, that they can be comfortable then selling to the fan base that's going to be outraged no matter what happens. Not to the degree that with Luka, because in this case it is being signaled. Giannis, I don't know, via his agents or via Shams or whatever. So that's a little different, right? Luka was the sort of...
I love the phrasing that because he doesn't want to say that he's asking for a trade, but he's like, he's ready for a new home. Like that, like the phrasing of it is hilarious.
Yeah, they toss that one around.
There's nothing Shams can do. That's what's being reported to him. He's got to report it that way, but it's hilarious.
100%. Yeah. So, to me, does that change the outrage or the just sadness, right, of the fan base in Milwaukee a little bit? Maybe different from Luka, but nonetheless, I think they still want to provide sort of, hey, this is why we're doing it. It's overwhelming amount of picks and players like Anthony Davis, like New Orleans received for Anthony Davis, right? And I don't know that package exists in 2 weeks. And if it doesn't, then, Giannis is hurt right now. Let's say the calf strain continues to bother him and he doesn't play a lot before the season ends. And then you have the real, Giannis sweepstakes sort of in the summer. So to me, that seems a little bit more likely, but I'm certainly interested to listen if you guys think there is going to be some package that is overwhelming for them to take.
Let me ask you guys this question. Is Giannis the kind of guy, you guys would know better than me, is Giannis the kind of guy that's dealing with a calf injury, and they said that the injury was going to last, about 4 to 6 weeks?
Well, he said that.
Yeah. Is he the kind of guy that would be like, hey, I'm not going to be playing for you guys next year. I don't really see a reason why I need to come rushing back. And, in fact, I don't even think I need to play again this year. What do you guys think about that? Does he play again for Milwaukee? Or is he the kind of guy that would be like, nah, you know what, 6 weeks from now?
I think if he doesn't get traded by the deadline, I don't see him playing the rest of the season.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
If I had to go on one side, I would probably agree with George there, just because thinking about the – Milwaukee is going to be trying to – George already explained the whole Pelicans, the lottery, the pick swap thing, right? Or the draft swap.
Brian did.
Oh,
yes.
Brian did. Okay. So the fact that like they're rebuilding, shall we say, if we're being generous and not saying tanking, then and Giannis comes back, and obviously the one thing that they don't neither he nor the Bucks want to have happen is for him to get injured, and there won't be that many games left anyway because let's see, a month, 6 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and at that point, there's 10 games left in the season, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
And Cappy, as for the type of injury, who knows the difference in severity? But so Austin Reeves is working his way back from a calf strain. At the moment, it has been a month and 3 days since Reeves aggravated his calf, and we're hearing that he's going to hopefully return at some point on this trip. It's not going to be tonight. He's listed as out at Cleveland. It could be on Friday in Washington. So that's shorter than the 6 weeks. But Giannis has had calf stuff before. Right, so they may want to be extra conservative with his calf.
And this season, he's already.
And this season, earlier in the season, he missed some time with it. So so I think I would go with George's original take there. That it's unlikely we see him play again in the Bucks uniform.
Because if he came back and he blew out an Achilles, and they're trying to trade him, and he wants out, and he's trying to get traded, and he's going to miss an entire year, and that turns into another Kevin Durant type situation. I personally do not want to make a big trade for a guy who I'm not going to see play for a year. So it would seem smart from both Giannis's perspective and from the Bucks' perspective if when he's considered healthy, they don't even just tell people. They're just like, screw it, man. You're done. Yeah. Just sit it out.
Yeah, it's a good ball no take by you, Cappy.
Hey, thanks a hell of a lot.
The only thing I would sprinkle into this is that I think I get all of the sadness, right? And but there's a part of me that wants to think, hey, look, Giannis had a great run in Milwaukee. They won a title. He can have another chapter. We don't have to all bemoan and be sad about this. And he's going to net them a lot, right? Whenever he's traded, it's going to be draft picks. It's going to be young players. Hopefully, it might be even somebody. You might even get a current all-star level type player in the return, depending on the team that puts it back. So instead of just thinking it's the worst thing ever, maybe it is time for something like this to happen for Giannis, and it's okay, and it's not something that has to be a big negative.
And here's another thing, is that if you're a Bucks fan and you're upset about Giannis being traded because you've got this generational talent who's already delivered you a championship. On the other hand, you might think to yourself, we better, get something. Because, I just think back to the Angels, and I think of Ohtani walking out the door. Like, they literally got nothing. By the way, back to the beginning of the conversation, Minnesota, they let Sam Darnold walk in free agency. They got nothing in return. So when you have a player that is not going to be with you long term, get what you can get. Get out of it. And that's how I feel about it. Just want to share feelings.
Well,
that's all.
I would say this. The thing that stood out to me is what Brian said. And look, if it goes to the offseason, could the Lakers potentially get involved? Well, they could potentially get involved because they'll have more picks available to them. I don't know if they'd have the most picks available to them. I don't believe that to be the case. But the one thing the Lakers could do now or even in the offseason is this deal will be multiple teams, right? Like, this is not – there's going to be a lot of different parts being pulled from a lot of different places. And what happens is, much like the Damian Lillard trade, it ends up being like this 5, 6, 7 team trade, right? Because a lot of teams are getting involved and throwing pieces in a lot of different directions. So the Lakers could absolutely use this opportunity to get themselves some players that could help them and their chances for this season if Giannis does get moved here at the deadline.
Right, and I think the most simple reason why that would be the case, Cappy, is that so if Milwaukee is making this trade, they're going to send out 50 whatever million in salary, right, from Giannis. They're going to have to get some real players back, like some guys with big salaries, and most likely that player is not going to stink, and Milwaukee maybe doesn't want to be great right away with that player, and therefore that's how you could get another team roped in that way. Whereas whether it's the Lakers or whatever team that is trying to capitalize essentially on this and saying, well, we wouldn't be able to get this player from this team. Who knows who it is? Let's say the Knicks get involved. Giannis wants to go to the Knicks, and they're putting out a couple of players in that. And the third team then wants the player that the Knicks have more than the Bucks do. So then they throw a pick in, right, and they throw a certain level of salary that they can take onto their books, and that way everybody's happy at the end.
Well, that's what Wendy was talking about. He said, what if the Knicks offer up Karl Anthony Towns, and because they really want Giannis. Does that even?
I don't see the Bucks
sense?
wanting Karl Anthony Towns, though.
Right, that's to Mike's point, don't you think? Right, I mean, why would we want him?
But he used that as just an example because the money. Yes,
yeah,
right. But that's a guy that, to Mike's point, can get rerouted.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. Well, so let me ask you this then, Mike, because George and I debate this practically weekly, and it seems like it kind of seems like Wendy has taken my side in all of this, which is that the Lakers are not going to make a big move. And they're going to just wait until next year, and they're going to, the way Wendy describes it, have $100 million at their disposal. He said Austin Reeves will eat into a bunch of that. But do you think the Lakers are going to make a move to try to improve significantly this year?
Well, this is not, to me, there aren't necessarily sides to this. The Lakers are a pragmatic front office, and if there is a deal that helps them both win now and into the future, could they make a deal in any way, shape, or form? Of course. Is that deal going to be presentable in 2 weeks at the trade deadline? Who knows? So I just think that I don't think there's any deal that the Lakers would make that has these huge long-term implications unless it was something that also strengthened the team on the short term. So I don't know if you and George are on different sides, if there are sides.
Well, my
of that,
thing is, if I'm Luka and there's a chance to make a move, I want them to make the move.
Yeah. And so to me, though, what is that move? Like, the Lakers have, more so than many teams, they have the high-end talent, okay? Like, Luka is at worst, third or fourth in terms of talent in the league? Like, at worst. LeBron, playing right now, LeBron is right now a top 15 NBA player, right now, in terms of guys that are playing it. And Austin Reeves is a top 25 player with how he started the season. He's about to get back. What they need, though, is maybe just a little bit more length, a little bit more athleticism. And they're starting to get some of that, though, by the way, in how Rui Hachimura is playing off of the bench, where he's getting his shots. But all of a sudden you're saying, oh, look at how Rui – did you see Rui just stick defensively for that entire possession? Did you see Rui fly over for a block shot? His rebounding is up. So that, to me, that kind of answers one of the questions that you were looking for in athleticism and length off the bench. You probably still need something else in that. And maybe it's just a on-ball perimeter stopper, and an athlete, that type of guy. And could you acquire a player like that, Cappy, without giving up a ton? Sure. I mean, the Lakers have some expiring contracts on their roster. They have a pick. They've got some young talent, some recent first-round picks. I think there's things you could do on the margin to give this team at least a shot. Are you going to be favored to beat Oklahoma City and also Minnesota and also Denver to get to the finals by making one move? Maybe not, but maybe you have a chance, and then you set up your roster for the next year as well if this player is somebody you could see for the long term.
Well, it's for the talk about Rui and his contract status and why he's an attractive, piece to trade. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I like Rui. I don't want to.
And by the way, I didn't say implied to trade there. I was talking about Rui as somebody that's emerged as he might be a piece in this role, Cappy, off the bench with the athleticism, with the shooting that you just bring back next year.
Yeah, because we were talking about it earlier this week, and I actually really like Rui, and I would prefer Rui to be on this Laker team. George, you agree or disagree on Rui?
Yes, I would prefer it to be the case, unless it's going to net you a better player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one of the names that we talked about earlier today with Wendy was Keon Ellis from Sacramento, but he didn't think that really fit into the Lakers, just based on contracts and whatever.
Because the Kings are going to want an asset.
Yeah,
for Keon Ellis.
What do you think about that one, Michael? Anything on Keon Ellis? Is that a guy that could fit in?
I mean, that's what I was just hinting at, a type of player that is an on-ball perimeter. Not necessarily a lockdown guy, but can also shoot some threes. So, yes, he would be in the player archetype of somebody that could help in where the Lakers have a need. But it all depends on what the ask is, on what's going back, and on if there's compensation. But there are a lot of players around the league that kind of fit into that mold.
All right, there you go. By the way, you two guys on YouTube right now, you look very sharp. Now, George, you are in the foreground, and Michael is in the background, so we're getting a lot of you, but we're getting Mike back there. And I've been in that studio at ESPN Cleveland before. They have beautiful facilities, and you could probably look outside from where you are right now and just see how frigid it is. Are the rivers frozen?
And sunny though. It's sunny now. Yes.
Okay. So, because the river's out there right in front of where you guys are.
Is that the river that catches on fire all the time?
The one that may have caught on fire once.
It didn't may.
It's Lake
catch on fire when
Erie.
it's this cold.
By the way, since we're in the YouTube hour, can we play the Cleveland song? I don't know if they curse in it, but fun times. Do you remember that bit?
Hold on, Mike was saying something.
Well,
Go ahead,
no, just it's not it's Lake Erie.
Oh, that's not the river in front of us?
Not a river, yeah.
It's the lake.
Oh, that's Lake Erie? My bad, y'all. My bad.
Yeah.
Wrong body of water.
We're going to play this song. They may curse in it, but we're on YouTube. So
hence the mistake by the lake.
The canceled comedian that made that song.
Fun times in Cleveland again. Still Cleveland. Come on down to Cleveland town, everyone. Under construction since 1868. See our river that catches on fire. It's so polluted that all our fish have AIDS. We see the sun almost 3 times a year.
I said we apologize.
DUIs. The flats look like a Scooby-Doo ghost town. Don't slow down in East Cleveland or you'll die. Our economy's based on LeBron James.
Okay, I think we've heard enough.
Okay, we got it. Now, I'm not arguing that there isn't.
Probably should have ended it earlier when the fish were dying.
I'm not arguing there isn't a river somewhere, but I know for a fact that this is Lake Erie right here.
We're going to cut up just the fun times in Cleveland. That's just going to be a drop.
I thought it was a river because I had to take a bridge to get over it, so I just assumed that body of water was a river, not a lake.
No, it makes sense, and they said river in the thing, so maybe there's some other river. But so I was born in Buffalo, New York, which is just up Lake Erie, like at the further
on the other end of
the other end of Lake Erie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
how far is that drive from here to Buffalo?
Not that
probably like 5-6 hours.
No, it's like 2.5 hours.
I don't think it's that long.
Yeah,
really,
it's like
that
a couple
less?
hours.
That short?
2.5, 3 hours.
Because I know to go around to Detroit, it takes a little bit, right? Because you got to go around the lake.
It is.
2
It
hours.
would take us 3 hours right now, George.
3 hours
to get to the airport in Buffalo. It'd take us 3 hours.
You guys got some business up there? You guys want to drive up there this afternoon?
I don't know.
I got family up there.
Maybe we go meet the new coach.
Yeah, right. Go check him out.
What's
go
his
talk
name?
to Tom Brady.
Joe
Brady.
Well, I guess not Phillip Rivers.
No, not Phillip Rivers.
Your boy Phillip Rivers, Cappy.
I know. I wish he would have taken that job.
Yeah. And the Chargers hired Mike McDaniel, which means that their offense is going to be pretty darn good next year. So.
Wait, George, did you tell Morales about the email thing that I had with Cappy?
Oh, no, I don't know this.
Oh, no.
Let's
yes. No, you need to hear this story.
Let's tease that.
Okay.
Mike told me this at dinner.
We'll do that in 1 minute.
I don't even know the story.
Plus
Cappy.
the Lindsay segment. All of that in 1 minute. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Wait, real quick. Cappy was trying to do a good thing, but it still ended up being a little screwy, is all I'll say.
1 minute from right now on ESPN LA.
I'll explain it.
All gas, all Lakers.
Today, it's a homecoming for the King. LeBron James returns to Cleveland, where it all began.
Rui to LeBron, slammed up. They forgot about LeBron, and he made a beautiful cut down the middle and dunked it.
And the Grammy road trip continues for the purple and gold as the Lakers take on the Cavaliers. Coverage begins today at 2:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on the road to the Lombardi Trophy, powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You in?
9:30, Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. Now, we usually play a TV theme for the Lindsay segment, but I don't see anyone on the OTD list, which is fine. Because we'll play Justin Bieber, Here, Sorry, the #1 hit back on this day in 2016. And we got a Trudeell story. Then we'll get into the Lindsay segment. But go ahead,
No,
Shannon.
let's do the Lindsay segment first, and then we can tease the Trudeell story. Because if you love Cappy shenanigans, and this was not like it's not purposeful shenanigans. It's just coincidental shenanigans. You're going to want to stick around, is all.
I've done a nice job of teasing. That's
Very
what
good. I'm curious. I'm super curious.
Time for the Lindsay segment. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Thanks to our friends at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. By the way, one of the things that came up on one of the other shows during the YouTube chat is since you're in Cleveland, Sedano, you should try that taco place that Lindsay always talks about in Cleveland.
Oh, what's the name of it, Lindsay?
Barrio.
Barrio.
Although I will say it's not like traditional Mexican food. They're like they're Korean street food, so it's very different.
There's one taco in particular where they make the meat in like Coca-Cola.
Oh yes, it's a braised in
By
Coca-Cola,
the
which
way-
is how a lot of people braise their pork. pulled
Coca-Cola
pork.
is very much used to as a marinade. Yeah, a thing.
Well, I'll see if they Uber Eats to the hotel.
They do. They definitely do because they Uber Eats all the way to my mom's house, but it's
Do they ever
delicious.
braise them in cherry Coke? Because that sounds good to me.
I'll braise you in
acai
cherry.
bowls in Cleveland?
No, do they?
Yeah.
They have what?
Actually, there's the food.
Acai bowls.
The food in Cleveland is actually really good. They have a lot of really good restaurants. There's like people that go there just
Because
know,
I'll say this, in
they got a
Milwaukee,
good food scene.
there's not a lot of great food options. There's a lot of heavy food, and
Do the acai bowls catch on fire in Cleveland, like the river?
Are they $30?
Probably not. Can't
Yeah,
afford it.
You
know?
big one. You
Can't
want
afford
probably
it back
$3
there.
in Cleveland, I think.
Yeah.
Take it away,
probably.
producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. So would you guys say that you had a good year last year? Because 2025 was only a 5 out of 10 for most, according to new research. A poll of 2,000 Americans asked respondents to score how their year was for them personally out of 10, and 5.3 was the average vote cast. And that was better than 2024, which people ranked 6.1 out of 10 overall. So, George, I'll start with you. What would you rank on a scale of 1 to 10? What was your 2025
Oh, I don't know. It was pretty darn good, I'd say. We started a morning show, right? I think everybody in my family, for the most part, healthy and happy. So, I don't know. I give it like a 9, if I'm being honest. And maybe, because I'm sure something went wrong. I just can't think off the top of my head. But I would say overall, very positive year.
Cappy?
I'm kind of with George here. I'm not going to give it a 9 because I think I want to have a little bit of room for even more. But I would say I'm going to give 2025 a very solid 8.5. George mentions that we did start the show in the morning. That's a good thing. Health is wealth. Thank goodness. My folks are okay. They battled with a little bit of stuff, but they're okay. Kids are all good. Morales came back to life, so that's kind of a good thing right there. I mean,
what do you mean,
sometimes
kind of?
Well, I'm saying kind of, not all the time. I mean, sometimes it's good, and it's like, God, thank God he's alive. And then other times, like, God, I wish he died. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, it's just an emotion. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say that 2025 for me, I'm giving it an 8.5.
All right. How about you, Trudeell?
Well, I was going to go 9 until I just have been thinking about this whole Sam Darnold thing that you guys won't shut up about.
Yeah, but that's the new year. That's 26.
That is true. Although you lost him in 25.
We made the decision in 25 not to retain him.
Yeah, go
right?
all the way back to
So-
January,
Yeah, I mean, Manchester United, we've just had the best week in 10 years. We just beat Manchester City and Arsenal with an interim manager, and so I'm top of the world right now, as you can see from my Manchester United T-shirt. But it was a horrible year before that in terms of sports. Lakers, okay, right, in terms of last season.
Oh, my God,
lost
just
in
give
the
us a
first round.
score.
So we're going to go with a 8.
I'll say you guys are very fortunate to have those scores.
Yeah, things were good. I mean,
Bert,
listen,
how about
you
you?
can't get too high, can't get too low.
Yeah, I got my Dodgers championship back to back.
That's right.
It's been my kids are healthy. We're doing this. It's an 8, 8.5. I'm with you, Cappy.
I'm guessing the reason it was lower because a lot of people took like the whole worldview into account.
I don't take the worldview into account.
I know.
No, it's just for myself.
I was only doing a personal view.
You can
Yeah.
roll
Yeah.
mine
I'm
significantly.
just guessing
if you
because I
want to
feel
try
like
that
5 is pretty low. Given all things considered.
I know, but that's 2,000 people speaking for like 20 billion.
That's true, Cappy. We should do a poll for all of our listeners since we have
can do it.
20 billion people listening, right?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's listening.
At least
You know
millions.
that.
Millions
You know
upon
that.
millions. All right, so Trudeell, I'm glad that you're here for this one because you obviously travel a lot with the Lakers, as does George. A lot of hotel brands are redesigning their rooms and replacing traditional hinged bathroom doors with sliding panels, frosted glass curtains, or in some cases, no separation at all between the bathroom and the sleeping area. These changes are intended to simplify room layouts and reduce long-term costs, but a lot of people are going on social media and complaining about this because of the lack of privacy. So I'll start with you, Trudeell. How much have you encountered this, and do you have an issue with it?
I can't say I've encountered it a ton. It does happen. I can't say that it's something that really bothers me, though, Lindsay. I'm pretty, as long as, once I get into a hotel room, as long as the Wi-Fi works and the bed isn't too soft, like you have to take out, like, the extra soft, sometimes they have, like, a mattress pad or something like that.
What, you do that?
Well, yeah, so...
Well, if you have back problems, you want a stiffer bed.
He wants it stiff.
Yeah, I like a little bit of more of a firmer bed. So that, like, that outside, and then all that I care about aside from that is, like, how good the hotel gym is.
Yeah, our gym in this hotel is pretty good.
Yeah, so if you get a good gym, like, that can really go a long ways. But, like, in terms of layout and design, and if the shower has a thing, the curtain opens, not too picky about it, Lindsay.
Yeah, I'm okay with the hotel because we're at the same hotel they're at today. But I'm good with this hotel. There's not every hotel I'm great with, but I do, right, because there's a sliding scale, right? If you're on the road a lot, you need a good gym. There's certain, like, I love the hotel we stay in Minnesota because of the proximity to the arena. And but the gym stinks.
Yeah.
So there's that, right? Like, and in Milwaukee, we stayed at a new place. Gym was pretty good. I would say gym was great. I don't know about great, good. But the rooms were just like okay. It was a little dark. Like I just didn't love it. So yeah, to me, there's a lot of factors that go into it, especially if you're on the road a ton. You have a pretty good barometer of what's good and what's not so good.
Yeah.
And you guys travel alone a lot, but one thing I was thinking, like, with the whole like lack of privacy between the bathroom and the sleeping area is, I think for like single bedrooms, like king rooms, totally fine because chances are, if you're sharing a bed with somebody, you don't mind like that lack of privacy. But if you have two queen beds in a room, then I feel like you should probably have a door. Because what if you're like traveling with your friend and you got to like take a shower and I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I would say most places have at least a slider.
Yeah, or like a curtain.
Yeah, most.
All I know is
like a barn door for the bathroom.
Yeah. That was like the Yamava the other night. The Yamava's layout of their hotel room was really great. Did you guys like what they did? I mean, I had just a king room, but they had kind of the shower, which sort of was like its own square, and then there was a barn door to close off the bathroom if you wanted to. I actually had a hard time finding the closet, which was right next to the entryway door, but it was so
kind of
hidden.
Yeah.
The way they did a great job with it. I'll just tell you guys this. I'm super low maintenance. Really super low maintenance. I've stayed in some real rat bag hotels, okay? And
like flop houses type place?
Like they're just really disgusting.
Like a hostel?
Maybe just like a step up from a hostel. You know what I mean?
That's bad, man.
Have you ever stayed in a hostel, like an actual hostel?
You ever have bed bugs?
No.
Oh, come on.
You guys had to have encountered bed bugs on the road as much as you are,
I
right?
have not.
No.
Never?
I have not.
Wow. We're very fortunate, right, to stay in a pretty nice
Lindsay.
hotel.
They don't have bed bugs in the Four Seasons.
Kyrie Irving once tweeted about a hotel he stayed in with the team that had bed bugs.
That
like
that
happened.
Kyrie's insane. But if Trudeell works for the Lakers and George works for ESPN, the Walt Disney Company. Come on.
Okay, but again,
with bed bugs.
I would say that my college travels a little more challenging on great hotels, but I have not encountered bed bugs even at those hotels.
Yeah, or like my main travel right in the summer is to soccer and baseball tournaments right in Temecula or San Diego,
Norco,
places like that. But I have Norco, right? And I have yet to encounter bed bugs in any of those. But what Lindsay said about privacy, definitely more important when you've got the three boys, like me and the wife in there, right? And then because at least one of the boys is in the bathroom at all times, basically. So then you'd like to have a little space.
Yeah, they got to scrape.
Lindsay, real quick, your place, Barrio. Two things. The most important, it says no delivery people nearby at the moment.
Shocker.
Nobody's out because it's freezing.
Oh, no.
They're all like hibernating.
And also only a 4.0 on Uber Eats.
Out of what, 5 or out of 10?
Out of 5.
Oh, well, that's not
an
that
80%.
bad.
That's a B
No,
minus.
for me to eat at your place, got to be like 4.4, 4.5 range.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, then I guess Barrio's out.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
Won't
Coca-Cola
even try it.
braised pork,
No,
whatever
not
for you.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you're probably doing yourself a favor.
Yeah.
No, I'm interested in it.
No, you're not. You just want something else to hate on.
No,
know?
actually, I'm interested in it. So I've already told Sam Pines, Tommy Lamb and I are supposed to go there and play golf. Maybe not this summer, but one of the summers coming up at his country club in Cleveland. And I've already said I want to try the place. And Sam's like, oh, all right.
I mean, it's my favorite place, but again, I'm not really a fan of like traditional Mexican food because I don't like spicy food. So it's very different than what something unique here, just like pierogies or chicken paprikash or goulash. Like you're probably not going to get that stuff out here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Are we done with the Lindsay segment? Because
yes,
I want to make sure we get the
We're good.
We want to get the Trudeell story in about Cappy.
Yeah.
So why don't we continue to tease it and do that in 1 minute from right now?
Oh, okay.
That's where you hear the break, Jorge.
Mason in Ireland, the biggest show on the radio.
Think about it. Who doesn't like soup?
Well, I think also the older you get, the more soup you eat. Do you think there's a correlation there? The older you get, the more
not tomato soup. Split pea. Tomorrow we'll do potato soup. It's true. You do. When you get older, you eat a lot of soup.
Mason in Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on the road to the Lombardi Trophy. Powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You in?
Now we're playing Bieber again because I didn't have something else queued up.
Okay.
These 1 minute breaks are tough, man.
I mean, first of all, I love Bieber, so.
All right.
That'll always make me
Now it is time. We've been teasing it for 25 minutes. The Mike Trudeell story involving an email with Cappy. Take it away, Sean.
So real quick. Cappy was trying to do something nice, right? Trudeell, is that fair to say?
So, yes, but the ultimate cause that Cappy is pursuing is excellent.
Yes.
Right? But the way that it kind of came to me at first, do you want me to take you back to how it came to me at first?
Again, I just think that what Cappy's trying to do here was nice.
Yeah, this is not
and
criticizing
I would just
him
say
at all.
That sometime that Cappy just had a moment where clerically things didn't go his way.
Yeah.
But I'll let Trudeell explain.
No.
Go ahead.
No,
darn it.
Yeah.
Now I'm scared.
No, there's nothing to be
Not
scared
bad.
about.
It's just kind of like, oh man, how do you screw that up?
We're all good here, but like so part of the entry level into this, right, is like a couple months ago, right, I had invited Cappy to come to New Orleans, so I was going to take care of him for the game against the Pelicans, which by the way,
great care of me.
And thankfully you cited you were really paying attention to Trey Murphy in that game, which I heard you earlier in the show, right? And that was when you were kind of exposed. You thought he's a good player, and in that exchange, you had wondered if I could ask the travel coordinator if you could come to the hotel a couple days early, right, at the team rate. And so that was so when you texted me and you said, "Hey, do you have 5 minutes to talk about something?" I was like,
that has been Cappy's move recently.
I was like, I wonder what this is going to be about.
It's funny because I got a text from Cappy yesterday too. I feel like it's a similar, like he probably has like a boilerplate kind of situation.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's
I think Berger got one of those yesterday too, right?
Hold on.
Yep, we had a conversation yesterday.
Yeah, hold on. I want to see if it's boilerplate. Hold on. It's hey, in this case, when I get to Cleveland, hey, when you get to Cleveland and have a minute, give me a call. Nothing major.
Okay, mine was MT. Might you have 5 minutes? and I was like, I was on the plane on the way to Dallas, and I said, "Hey, sure, Cappy. Probably in about an hour. We're just landing in Dallas. Got to jump on the bus and get unloaded, but I'm around all afternoon or evening, right?" And so then he follows up, says, "Awesome, thank you." And Cappy, you're okay with me reading this? Right?
Yeah, I don't remember anything being inflammatory.
Okay. Says, no, nothing inflammatory. Says, "Awesome, thank you. I will forward an email to you if you have a few minutes. I just want your advice on who is the right person to introduce CAF." And Cappy, do you want to explain CAF?
CAF is known as Challenge Athletes Foundation, which has raised literally millions and millions and millions of dollars to help people who've either been, injured because they were serving in the military, or maybe they got into a really bad car accident, or maybe they were born with some kind of a birth defect. But it's really it's an organization that helps people get back to life through sports.
Right.
So I've been involved with this organization for over 20 years.
A great cause. Cappy's done a lot of work for them in the past, and so of course, and he just wanted to be introduced to somebody, and 100%, I'm like, oh, for sure. So I put Cappy on a mutual email with this person, and let's say this person's name is Matt, right? And then so Cappy follows up and it says, Mike, thank you, good win tonight in Chicago. Morgan, a pleasure to meet you. And so I just wondered where the name Morgan had come from. And again, minor issue. We're gonna move. We're moving past it. Everything's gonna get
Morgan.
taken care of.
What were you thinking?
I just wondered.
No. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. So Morgan is the young lady from CAF, and Matt is the young man from the Lakers. And I was trying to put the two of them together. And somehow, because I'm typically, this is the way I am, I'm chasing my head around, I'm running around, and I'm just, for some reason, I make some sort of stupid mistake. And, oh, my God, I'm so embarrassed. I did not even know that, Mike. So I actually was sending an email back to you and to this gentleman, Matt, to say, hey, thanks a lot and really appreciate it. I'd like to introduce you to the organization and introduce the Lakers to the organization because I think there could be a real value add. And I screwed up the name. But I did definitely make an email connection between Matt from the Lakers and Morgan from Challenge Athletes. Oh, don't I feel stupid? Gosh darn it.
But you had a senior moment there, Cappy.
I did. I know. And
but you're just trying to help people. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to help all
you
people.
You should feel proud.
Yeah, I'm trying to help.
You're trying to help people.
Because, there was a time when Kobe Bryant actually had put in some time and effort and energy into the Challenge Athletes Foundation. And so I just know that there's a background that maybe the Lakers would find them to be interesting because they're just now expanding into L.A., And let me tell you something. They put on these galas, dude, and they raise millions and millions of dollars. For me, I've ridden my bike from San Francisco to San Diego 5 times to help raise money for Challenge Athletes Foundation. It's a 7-day trip. It's 100 miles a day. So you pretty much ride on average 100 miles a day. There are certain days you ride like 130 and other days where you might ride 70. But it's an awesome event. And then you're out there riding with the Challenge Athletes. There's this one guy who'd gotten blown up in Afghanistan, and they put him in a body bag. And this nurse noticed that there were like these bubbles coming out of the body bag. She opened it up, and the dude was breathing. So they'd had this guy left for dead. And I spent like an entire trip rolling down the road, pushing him on his bike and hanging out with him. And it's so inspirational. And I just cannot believe that I screwed up Matt's name and called him Morgan. Oh, what a schmuck I am. Oy vey.
So when do you stay, are there the places that you stay on the bike ride down? Does everyone kind of stay at the same spot?
Everybody, and by the way, Mike, you talk about hotels, all first class. I mean, the best of the best hotels from San Francisco down to Santa Cruz down to Big Sur.
Those are all beautiful areas too.
Oh yeah, Big Sur down to Big Sur to Pismo Beach, like Shell Beach. Shout out to the 805. And then into Santa Barbara, and then down into L.A., and then all the way back down into San Diego. So, it's very cool. It's an amazing thing. You should do it one year with me.
Yeah, it sounds great, honestly.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. So don't I feel like a schmuck? And that guy, Matt,
it's okay.
by the way.
It wasn't the worst thing. It just was like he showed it to me. It's like, oh, Cappy.
Yeah, I know. That's such an easily explainable thing, though, right? It's like,
it's bad, though. I mean,
it is bad. It is bad. But the guy, Matt, here's the thing about the gentleman, Matt, if that's his name. What a sweetheart he is. Because rather than him saying to me, who the hell is Morgan, you moron? He was like, hey, no problem. Happy to help. That's cool. So that guy, what a mensch he is.
He's a mensch. I just wanted to know who Morgan was, but now it makes sense because Morgan is the person involved with CAF. So that makes sense.
What a big dummy I am. Wow.
By the way, since we have Trudeell in, I think are we good on that one? We got it all in?
Good.
All right, good. So Trudeell, because you're in studio, you can react to this. Our boy Funchy on the afternoon show last week.
Funchy.
Funchy lover, and we love Funchy.
What the Funch?
Because of all the antics. So he said this on the afternoon show last week when he was filling in for producer Laura. I believe it was Friday.
Do you guys know this fact about Sam Darnold, that his grandfather is a former Marlboro man?
I think I heard that at SC.
Really? Yeah. The original Marlboro man. The original Marlboro man in the ads is Sam Darnold's grandfather. You'll never guess what his name is, though. Sam Darnold's grandfather. It sounds like a porn star.
Okay, then. Be careful.
No, I'm going to say it. His name is Dick Hammer.
I'm sorry, what's the last name?
Dick Hammer.
Like the thing you use to drive nails?
Yeah. That's the Marble guy's name, yes.
I feel like only Funchy could deliver that story without it being, like, he did it so perfect. He's amazing. And I didn't know that his name was Dick Hammer or that he was the Marlboro Man. Did you know that, Trudeell?
Did not know that. I'm trying to decide if it makes me feel worse that we let him go and he's going to the. I think it does make me feel a little worse because that.
Oh, they would have known that.
Is powerful.
They would have known that in Minnesota. It was all over Twitter. People are like, they're going to get rid of the Marlboro Man's grandson.
Oh, wow.
Man.
I thought he said the Marble Man. I didn't understand that he said Marlboro. He was like the Marble Man. I'm like, what's the Marble? And then I thought he said the Marvel Man, like maybe like Marvel Comics. I didn't get what Funchy said. Marlboro Man, huh?
That was great delivery by Funchy. Can I ask you guys a real quick food etiquette question?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So we're in Chicago, and there's this pizza place that I really like. So I go over and I get, there's
deep
team
dish?
meals. It's actually not. So it's Giordano's is the place. They have deep dish, which most people go there for.
Yeah.
I like the regular crust there.
Okay.
Because I don't like the cheese as much as most people would, right? So anyway, so I go and I get my pie. And I'm coming up, and it's it's minus 20 out, and it's nice and warm in my hands. And I stop off at the 8th floor, and Michael Thompson is waiting in the elevator lobby. He sees me go by, and Michael kind of comes over to me, takes a couple steps. He's like, that smells good. I was like, hey, Michael, do you want a piece? He's like, yeah, but I got to go down first, then I'll knock on your door. What room you in? So I tell him my room number. So 5 minutes later, he knocks on my door. I bring the pizza over, and I've kind of carved out the piece that I want him to take, and the rest of the pie is almost all together, and it's like a 10-inch, so there's not that many. There's probably 10 pieces in little squares, and so I'm thinking he's going to take one piece, right, maybe two. Michael takes his big hand, and he grabs 5 slices.
Wow, he's a big man though.
Out of my pie, sticks them onto his plate, and kind of before I even know it, I'm just kind of shocked, and he walks away, and so I'm a little bit offended. I needed more than that. Like, I almost thought about going to get another one, but it's Michael. I love him. We've had a lot of time together. I just wondered what you thought of that grab by Michael. If it was something that you would do, Cappy, or if it was a clear violation in the way that Bergman violated me when he smelled my sandwich.
Well, that was the thing I was wondering, was that when he smelled the pizza, how close did he get to the pizza?
Well, that's the thing, is that the box was closed, right?
Oh.
So he kind of smelled it, but he didn't lean into the way that Bergman did, where Bergman was basically in my lap.
Okay.
He didn't
and he
do that.
did it wrong. I don't see the issue.
And then he reached in and he grabbed a lot of the pizza.
The question is, like, most people, I think, would say, if they say, oh, would you mind if I had a slice? They might take a slice, right? It's the same thing. Think of this as a box of donuts. You're like, oh, you want a donut? You don't take 4, right? You might take 1. So that's what I'm saying. It's a clear violation, is it not?
No, you offered it. Now, if you didn't
I
want
offered him
it,
a piece.
No. If you didn't, Michael. You've been around Michael long enough for years. If you would have said to him, "Oh yeah, great pizzas. The place is right down there. Go get yourself one," then he knows your pizza isn't open for business. But you opened up your pizza for business.
Here's the thing: is Michael almost never eats something. Like, he has his own food sort of taken care of. Like, he brings his own chips on the plane. Right, he doesn't like taking things that aren't kind of in whatever his plan.
Right, but no
was.
one's touched that pizza yet, so he figured it's easy to grab out from you.
That's what I'm saying. But he is, over all these years together, he has almost never taken food from anybody.
Well, he just
especially
did.
me. But so I get where Morales sits on this. Cappy,
You started this.
I think that if you grab, as you described, 4 to 5 slices, is that right? 4 to 5.
4 to 5 out of 10.
Oh, okay. See, that's my next question. You see, because to me, I would think that 4 is out of 8, which is half, and then 5 out of 8 is more than half, and now we have a serious violation. But you're saying 4 out of 10, which is 40%. I'm okay with that. 5 out of 10, taking half the pie. I think that's one slice too many.
But it's also only a 10-inch pie, you said. So that's not a very big pie.
And you have to take into account.
It was 12. It was 12-inch pie.
12 and 10. That's a big difference in pies.
Right, and plus you have to take into account the idea that Michael is a very much taller, larger person in general. So it takes a lot more to fill him up. So he probably
doesn't
is
mean
used
he should take his pie.
You're right, but he's used to that.
Part of it is arbitrary. It's
I disagree.
Generally, when somebody offers you something, right, if whatever the percentage, I think the percent that you take should be 10%. If somebody offers you some of their meal, right? Like, oh, I got some chicken wings, and you bring them into the office. Hey, Morales, you want a chicken wing? And there's 6 of them. If there are 6 wings, he should take 1.
Yeah,
maybe
that's right.
2.
That's right. No, but if you have $1, and somebody says, hey, can I borrow some money? You go, yeah, here's 10 cents.
No.
But you don't say, can I borrow 60 cents? You don't take 60 of the dollar.
Guess what?
You take 10.
40. Cappy and I have eaten plenty of meals together where I'll be like, I'm done eating, or I'll say like, hey, have some of this. And he will. And then he'll be like, oh, that's good. We should order another plate of that. And I'm like, okay. So, like,
yeah. Well, in this case,
this is on you, Trudeell. If I didn't want to give Cappy any of my
Disagree.
food, guess what I would say? Oh, yeah, this is great. You should order another plate.
I offered him. I offered him a piece. But would I've been if he took 2, I'd been like, okay, fine. But 4 raised the alarm bell. I don't know. Well, I'll see what Stu Lance thinks. He'll be the final arbiter of this when we discuss it on the bus.
All right,
George, what about you? You want to weigh in?
I feel like that was a lot, but he is a big man, so there is that. I mean, when you offered him, what were the specific phrasing you offered to him?
He's oh, that smells good. I'm like, oh, hey, you want a piece? That's what I said.
A piece.
Yeah.
A piece.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have been fine if he took 2, maybe even 3. It was just the fact that he stuck his big hand.
Right.
He just ripped like half the pizza.
Had
straight
you
out of
said
the
to
box.
him, had you said, would you like half? That's a different story.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, Michael, do you want to share this pizza with me? No, I didn't say that. I just said, do you want to grab a slice?
You're a bad guy, Trudeell.
Anyway.
Bad guy. And now you're going to call him out? All right, it's time for our Don't Sweat the Small Stuff daily calendar for today, Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. Cappy, don't sweat the small stuff. See the possibilities. You've made it through every single challenge you've faced, and each one of them helped you become the person you are today. Now, there you go, a short one today.
Nice.
It is time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by our friend Damon Wines, the CEO of Sellers Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Sellers Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer, no repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer, or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 0196-1658, Cappy.
Guys and Lindsay, I want to ask everybody a question, and I'm going to preface it by saying this. I legitimately do not have one pair of jeans that I can wear because I'm too fat. I can't button one pair of jeans that I own.
So now you're fasting, so you'll be fine now.
So I think I'm going to lose weight. I think I'm going to eventually get back into some of the jeans that I like that I can no longer fit in. And I have not had a pair of jeans. I haven't worn a pair of jeans, and I'm telling you, it's got to be a year at least.
Yeah.
I feel like I need a pair of jeans. Okay, fine.
All right, I got 2 minutes before the Uber picks us up, so let's speed this up.
I'm going to make it fast. I go to the store yesterday. I find a pair of jeans. I try on the first pair, too big. Second pair, too big. Third pair, perfect fit. Guys, how much are jeans today?
$100.
A nice pair of jeans costs you $150, $200, man. If you want like ones that'll last you forever.
Yeah. Nice pairs of jeans to me are $200 to $300. I think a regular pair of Levi's is like $100 now.
So I haven't bought jeans in ages.
Okay, so how much?
$190.
What
for
brand?
a freaking pair of jeans.
What brand were they?
Viore.
Well, okay.
Viore makes jeans?
Come on, man.
I didn't know either.
What?
Viore.
I thought that was like athletic wear.
So did I. So I went in yesterday to return a pair of pants that were, athletic pants, and I was like, oh, you guys have jeans? I desperately need jeans. I'm going to get a pair of jeans. They fit perfectly after 3 tries. $190 for jeans.
Listen, $200 for a nice pair of jeans is what you should expect.
Yeah.
And those jeans will last you for a decade or longer.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Prices are up.
And here's a tip, Cappy. If you're planning on losing weight, don't buy clothes
Supply
until you
chain.
get to your goal weight, because otherwise it's a waste of money.
I know you say that, but the problem is that I want to lose weight, but I don't really take action to lose weight. So then I don't lose weight, and then I just complain about how fat I am.
I
and then
gotta
I buy
ask you
pants
another
with
Walking with
elastic
Morales every
waistbands.
day.
I got to ask you
walking
another
with
question.
Chris?
And Sedano, you and Trudeell can leave on this.
We got to go because our Uber's going to be here in like
That's
a minute.
fine. So,
see ya.
Cappy, bye. We'll see you tomorrow.
Later, dude.
Cappy, you tell these stories about being an Iron Man and riding your bike 100 miles for 7 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got to ask you this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a bigger guy. I've been a bigger guy for a long time, unless we're talking about like 5 years when I was a drug addict.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, yeah, I was an athlete in high school, but that was a long time ago. I've been a bigger guy most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I might get in shape and I could do the incline at, on the treadmill for an hour, but not biking hundreds of miles.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to you? How did you get into this position that now you have jeans that don't fit?
What happens is that when you set a goal, you work towards the goal. So when I was riding my bike from San Francisco to San Diego, I was training every weekend. I was riding hundreds of miles. I was burning tons of calories.
Did you
never
eat?
Of course. I ate like Michael Phelps, but you're burning calories off all the time. And then when I did the Ironman, you got to understand, I weighed 184 pounds when I did the Ironman. Now I'm like 210. So that's a big difference. But when you're training for something and you have a goal in mind, you'll actually do it. Right now, there's nothing I can't find the motivation to say, I'm going to run the LA Marathon. I'm going to run the Rock and Roll Marathon in San Diego. I can't find the motivation. And when I do, then I'll actually lose the weight. But I am trying this intermittent fasting, and I am now doing it without the sugar in the coffee. And by the way, Chris, I don't know if this is true or not, but without the creamer in the coffee, even just like 2 sips of coffee, I'm vibrating because I feel like the coffee's that much stronger without the creamer.
Well,
is that possible?
Yes, but you must have put a lot of caffeine in it. I mean, excuse me, a lot of creamer in it.
Yeah, I put in too much, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Because it tasted like freaking dessert every morning.
Well, that's not good.
No.
Cappy, we got to get you back on track, man.
I know we do. I know. I got to go ride my bike from San Francisco to San Diego again. That'll do it.
Yeah, and we can put that on YouTube.
Well, we could actually do a live broadcast every stop along the way.
I don't know about that.
No, it's true. We can.
Well, you can do it. Yeah. Just get on your phone. All right, everybody. Thanks for being with us on a windy Wednesday here on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Tomorrow, a thirsty Thursday, or some sort of Thursday. We'll see you at 7 a.m. on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Have a beautiful day, everybody. The Rich Eisen Show right now on ESPN LA.
Warner, Andrew Whitworth of Prime Video and maybe of the Hall of Fame one day is going to join us in hour number 3. The phone lines are lit. 844-204-RICH being the number to dial here on the show. We all know the phrase GOAT gets thrown around here and there.
A lot.
Right, to the point where it kind of loses some of its luster, greatest of all time. And then there are some people, it's just like, yeah, we got to